in my area last night.
Wasn't it like a tornado or something?
That was last week.
Oh my god.
You guys near each other?
No, no,
Okay.
Newfoundland's pretty far away.
Okay,
Sorry. So
think of the States, and Canada is bigger. That's pretty much
it. What? So New York isn't near Dallas? What?
it. Exactly.
Okay, got it. Well, I heard that the weather was like in the 80s and 70s, and it's like 104 here, and just.
Fuck, I have to do the conversion. Rachel, are you good conversion to Celsius to Fahrenheit? Because I am not.
I am bad at this. Don't ask me.
Are you guys
I just know
Celsius or
that it's been
Fahrenheit?
going on like the last 2 weeks, and I realized
Mine
that
must
our
be
building will close because we don't have any AC in the building because we live in Newfoundland. So like our building can't shut down unless it gets like to like 45 Celsius. I don't know if that is in Fahrenheit. So
it's hot.
It's fucking hot. That's like in the 100 degrees, like 110, 120, like that.
Yep. So we have.
You have air conditioning in your house?
No,
no, they didn't need it.
No, no.
It's 113. It's usually very cold.
Like
their latitude's high enough where they never needed it before. But even places in like the UK and stuff, they never needed it either. But people are buying them now.
No, that's
electrical gas.
No, so the comparison to the UK is good for one reason, not for the latitude, because technically Montreal is the same level and it gets fucking hot in Montreal. It's more like Newfoundland is like basically. Oh wait, you're in Nova Scotia or in Newfoundland? Anyway, it's the same thing. It's basically Atlantic Canada is basically the UK of Canada.
Atlantic
I never heard it.
Yeah,
I like that wording. That's a nice wording. Atlantic Canada.
Well, that's the name of it.
And you are where? Where's Tarak? You were in where?
Montreal.
It's way over there. Dang, it's like way over there. Shoot, man, that is hardcore East Atlantic Canada. You're in Montreal, okay.
I'm one of the Francos.
So
I speak French, actually.
We're in Quebec.
Pardon. Okay, got it. Okay, yeah.
Ma première langue, c'est le français en réalité. Fait que si je voudrais, je pourrais te parler, puis après peut-être Rachel qui me comprendrait peut-être.
I heard Rachel. Got that part. I knew
Yeah.
that was in French.
What?
All I know is est-ce que je peux aller aux toilettes, s'il vous plaît? That's all I pretty much remembered.
If you're in an emergency,
that sounds more like French. What you said. What you said just sounds like gobbledygook to me.
And I know like fromage and poulet, you know, like I just know like simple things to order off of the menu, and that's it.
Poutine.
Did you ever get out to Indian tickle or black tickle?
No. Though that sounds like that would be a place in Newfoundland.
Yep, it is. Yep.
Yeah.
It's in the Gannett
Islands
like Park Reserve.
I feel like that's just, you know, a town that you need to see at least once in your life.
What did you say it's called?
Dildo.
Dildo the town, huh?
You can look it up. It's a real thing.
I'm gonna look it up. First time I've ever Google Mapped dildo.
We're gonna pass on that down here in Chicago.
Yeah.
No.
Oh, there it is.
Thank
Yeah.
you.
That was a town in the UK.
Little Dildo Inn. Yeah, that's right. What's on the island? It's on Saint Pierre.
And this stream is live for you stream watchers out there. You need it up there, it is up there. I just threw it in the chat as well.
South Dildo?
Mm-hmm.
There's Dildo, South Dildo, Little Dildo.
All the people watching just hear the word, like, dildo.
Yeah, with no context at all.
Yeah.
No context.
Thank you, John.
Over again.
Thank you, John. This is why my Twitch is not blown up.
This is why it should blow up. It's going to blow up because of it.
Well, yeah, dude shouting dildo is always super appealing.
You don't know. You don't know me.
I don't.
If you're not careful, you'll get struck off YouTube there.
Really, could get struck off YouTube.
Can't say dildo now?
You're just not supposed to say swear words or you get demonetized, and I am a monetized Twitch user, man.
But it's the name of a town.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank
So-
you. I'm just sorry for you people that aren't good at geography out there, but it is what it is.
It is a town in Newfoundland.
That's right.
You guys done talking about Canada and dildos now?
Yes. Yes.
All right. Good deal. Good deal. Going to start D&D now. So, just for your guys' sake, if you haven't gotten onto the board yet, I have clicked summon players a couple times. So if it's not bringing you over, you may need to restart your Tailspire if you're in Tailspire today.
We should be in the bar, right?
You
eh?
know what? To be honest with you, I think people are split up in quite a few different places, which is perfectly okay. And those people will probably have to move to those respective places.
I meant in Tailspire.
Yep. I'm following you. In Tailspire, yes, you are physically in the bar, and what I said still stands in respect to Tailspire as well.
I am at the breastplate and enchanting area, wherever that would be in town. Do. What looks like a secret enchanter's cove. Look over here. Yeah. Oh yeah. This is good music. Okay, this is clearly the enchanter's secret hideout.
Yep.
Gan, you want to? Oh, did you mark it?
No, not even close to there yet. Just waiting for everybody to get in Tailspire, man.
Enchantress-ish. Back to the town square though. Wait a second. Here we go. Who are we waiting on?
John, I just saw your question. I'll answer that after today's game.
Yeah. Yeah.
Thank you for that one right there at 7:32, though.
Sure.
Your timing is impeccable.
I try.
Yeah, things like that definitely contribute to the burned outness, I would say. And I think from my perspective, Michael, I think it's just you missing in Hero Forge there. You having some trouble with the client or something?
Yeah, I'm trying to get on the stream now. I'm on my laptop again.
Gotcha. In that case, I figure you're just gonna follow with the stream.
Yep.
Got it. Cool. Alright, let's get people to where they need to be. So anybody in the marketplace can come over here in this general vicinity.
Oh, yeah. Yep.
And I'm running somewhere to a St. Andrew's Church.
Yep. Imelda, the church is right behind the Blue Water Inn. It's the building directly behind the Blue Water Inn. And I don't know where the rest of you are, but I'll presume that means the rest of you are probably at the marketplace or going back to the inn.
I'm at Marketplace. I think Karok was near there.
I went back to the inn because I
Okay.
started looking for Imelda, and then I got tired of it and decided that she can fight for herself. Basically, she's a big girl.
And part of me just assumed that we were all gonna meet back up at the inn real quick once we were done, but before heading off to this other meeting that got scheduled, not with the Baron.
Yeah, we'll have to go there after, pretty much immediately after.
Well, Kragnar will wait until the enchanting lady enchants his newly acquired breastplate. And then he will...
Yeah, you can consider all your items enchanted. I think there was one person who still had to pick something up back there. I think it was Imelda who was probably running back there, but everybody else can have picked through their items by now.
Oh, if I'm smart, I could pick it up for her. Let's see if I'm smart.
She goes back, her bow's gone. It's like, damn it.
I gotta roll to see if I remember.
Yeah, you don't need to pick it up for
No,
her. Just you just
Ragnar
get your stuff
doesn't
and go.
Remember. Yep, he doesn't think of it. Axe, armor, good. Nice bow over there, huh? Oh well. That's kind of like Imelda's bow. Huh. Oh well. And I'll start tromping back to the inn. Is this this is the town square, isn't it? This hold on, right here.
I don't know about the town square. It's a really big town, but perhaps.
A town square.
Nice little garden.
I was able to get Tailspire to work on my laptop, so I think I'm good to go.
Ooh, I see Corvus.
Awesome.
I meant to put myself there earlier, but I was stuck in the roof.
Whoop.
Ragnar strides into the inn. A shiny, bluish silver breastplate across his torso and same but different axe across his shoulder. And of course, the cool boots he got from DeLuca, the half-orc.
His new boo thing.
Imelda, you stand outside a slouching, centuries-old stone church. And while it's probably seen better days, it still has some semblance of beauty.
She kind of gawked at it, never saying anything like this before.
See on the windows, which are stained glass, various pious saints being depicted. And as you kind of survey the outside of the building, sort of walking to the perimeter, you do see around the corner behind the building there is a wrought iron fence enclosing a garden of gravestones just behind the church. And a thin mist seems to creep across the graves. You see a small sign in front of the church as well that says, "This church is dedicated to the Morning Lord and named after Saint Andrel, whose bones
Do I know?
rest under the altar of this very church."
Would I know any of like would I know any of this information?
Suppose now you would.
Okay. All right. Yeah, I definitely heard about this in my village. I really thought I'd see it in person. And she, I guess, first, if like she looks at the windows, does she see any like images of stars? Out of curiosity.
No, saints, various cherub-like figures. Sort of a little bit old-timey in my opinion. No,
Alright.
no stars though.
She kind of grips her like backpack and then strides into the building. Still hiccuping.
Melda's just gonna go ahead and knock out the St. Angel's quest for us. just hang out with Irina in the bar. You know, it's like when you do the group quest and like some person completes it and you still get quest credit for it. Yeah, that's what this is like.
As you walk into the church, you see behind the podium up at the front there a man dressed in what looks to be priest's clothes.
Hello.
He looks up from what he's reading and greets you in return. Good day.
I'm sorry, this is my first time here. Do you live here?
Yes. This is my church.
Oh, well, it's very lovely. I'm here because I was asking a sort of question to a woman at the marketplace, and she said that some children might be here. You know, like children whose parents aren't able to care for them anymore. And one of my friends, one of the people that I'm traveling with, he lost his child, and I was just wondering if perhaps she might have come this way, or yeah.
That is terrible indeed. You say your friend has lost a daughter?
Yeah.
Do you have a picture of her?
Fortunately, our illustrator was a little bit how do you put it? A little well, he was having a bad day, I think. But I do know roughly what she might look like. She's maybe around, oh gosh, maybe like 10 or 13. She has brown hair and I believe blue eyes. Like, was there any children that like came here who perhaps might have seen a very violent scene or something before coming here?
A brother and a sister found out in the woods by hunters not long ago. Their parents met a horrible fate, traveling from Barovia to Voloki. They are no longer here, however, he says. A young family from Kreshk came to pick them up the other day. We work with families who are not able to have children, you see.
Oh, alright. Well, that's good. Sort of, it sounds a little bit similar to what my people do. So no, like, girls that, passed around these parts, have, like, you heard any like, stories of them being stolen or anything, or yeah? And she kind of looks a little bit defeated.
He looks at you with the normal, priest look that they give when they're asked those tough questions that, really have no good answer besides the obvious. If she is lost to these lands, likely she is lost forever. The few that we are able to save, the orphans, the lost ones, we do what we can. How long did you say she had been gone for?
That part I'm not quite sure. I don't think very long, no. Like, maybe a few weeks, maybe 2, perhaps.
Looks grim. This is not good.
Well, do you know any other places that might have children that take them in the valley?
I can't say I do, unfortunately.
It's
There
very
is
difficult.
not many people generous out there to do such things.
Well, that's unfortunate. But I mean, there is a possibility that she could be alive.
He nods. Yes. Giving you the same reassurance you'd give
So
to a child.
So the children, they live here? And she kind of, like, gestures to, like, the church area.
We have no children here now. As I said, a boy and girl, brother and sister. But they have since left. To a good family. In Kreshk.
Well, have any of the children that have passed through here, have any of them stayed in Voloki?
Most people who come here do not get adopted by other Volokians. Voloki is not a rich place, though many think it to be so.
I mean, sometimes when you have nothing, there's a lot to go around, is what they've heard. That's unfortunate that they don't really have that saying here. But
These lands, you are a guest to them, are you not?
Well, I'm a guest of Voloki, but my tribe lives in the woods.
Ah, this explains much. You are very optimistic.
Well, I suppose someone has to be, right? And she kind of giggles nervously. So, like, do people? So, what else is this church used for?
Mostly burial services. Sometimes we have wedding ceremonies. But other than that, it is a church, ma'am. This is a place of prayer.
Do I know what a church is? As someone who's lived in the woods.
Anything that you have to ask yourself like that, like I'm not gonna know if you know that, to be honest. If you've lived in
Okay.
the woods and you don't know what a church is, then you could say you don't know what a church is. If
I
you
don't
live
know
in the
what a church
woods and
is.
you do know what a church is, you could say you do. But
Alright, then I don't
I
know.
will never be able to answer questions about what you
Okay.
know. So you guys, when you
Okay.
guys say, "Do I know that?" I'm gonna look at you and say, "I don't know. Do you?"
And what does a church entail?
It is a place of
Usually, we
prayer,
have a grove. Oh,
ritual, ceremony. You must have things like this amongst the trees, no?
well, we do, but don't think it's what you called that person the Morning Lord. And this is dedicated to him or to that Andro fellow.
Saint Andrew protects the church. Church is dedicated to the Morning Lord.
So, like, what does it do? You know, like, what sort of protection does it offer? Besides, you know, like,
Currently,
letting children go.
it offers none. He says this with a sigh.
Why?
I do not like to speak of it with outsiders, and no offense, but you seem like nice person, but you are woodland folk. In Valoki, we don't exactly trust to outsiders to tell them secrets so swiftly.
Well, you know, just like I guess one good thing about being an outsider is that we have no one to really tell it to. She kind of like laughs slightly. But I mean, if like you want to confide in someone, you're free to do so. If there's something burdening you. It's just you had a frown a moment ago when you said that it wasn't under protection.
Go ahead and roll persuasion here. I want to see you can get something that would sway him to your opinion. Because right now I'm. All right, yeah, I was gonna say because I'm leaning towards him sending you away at this moment, but I'm gonna say he'll look to you and say, Miss, my burdens are released only to the Morning Lord in confession of my own. If there is nothing more that I can help you with, I must prepare my sermon.
What a natural 20. Alright, well, perhaps we can come back. I am traveling with some people. And yeah, so we'll probably cross paths again.
I hope so, and I bid you well. And while you're here, if you're interested in St. Andrew and his resting place, take a look out back. He stares at you intently when he says this. Go ahead and roll perception.
Okay, like or like insight to see what he's thinking, or
Perception?
perception? Okay. 20, a dirty 20.
He's trying to signal you with his eyes. His
All
face
right.
is still and his head's not turning, but his eyes keep darting over to this corner of the room. And I'm going to drop just a pin here for you.
Okay. And she's like, well, first, before I leave, I'll just maybe take a quick look around. And she's going to whistle as she looks around the different corners and then eventually makes her way to that corner that he was looking at. Do I see anything?
As you start to walk to that corner, he kind of walks around the booth and directs you to the door. As he takes your elbow to do so, gently, of course, he whispers something in your ear. It's not a safe place to talk. And he says, this is not a safe place to talk.
What would be a safe place to talk? She whispers back.
Have a good day! And he ushers you out the door.
Alright, and she looks very perplexed.
Well, he gave you a piece of information before you started looking in that corner. Think back to what that was and focus on it. He wanted you to take a look at something. It wasn't that corner.
Yeah.
What was it?
She's gonna look at the graveyard.
There you go.
I go and look at the graveyard.
When you make your way back out to the graveyard, you don't see anything too interesting or precarious outside of a gravedigger who is looking to be filling in what looks like a recently dug up grave in front of a beautiful looking altar. If you get close enough to the altar, you'd be able to read it without making any kind of a roll. You can see that it says, "Here lies Saint Andrel, protector of our small town here."
Is the gravedigger watching me?
He's sort of at his work. He's filling in what someone has obviously dug up, as the gravestone itself looks pretty old. And he's kind of a ragged-looking fellow.
Alright.
Wears a top hat with a purple band around it. His clothes are very dirty, patched up.
Can I peruse the graveyards until I get closer to the altar? I just really like looking for the oldest gravestone, she says. If he looks in her direction. They make awkward eye contact.
He smiles, nods, as though he doesn't understand anything she says, kind of giving you that impression, and begins to walk out of the graveyard.
Could I insight check him?
Go ahead.
If he's doing something he shouldn't be doing? Okay. Okay, 24.
Yeah, he's a gravedigger.
Okay, he's definitely stealing things.
Pretty clearly looks like a gravedigger. I don't think he's stealing things. He's filling in what someone has dug up. Is what it looks like.
She thinks that he's stealing things.
All right.
This is her drunken state of mind.
Right? Your character can think that. That's fine.
Okay.
Grave digger, more like grave robber.
Then she's gonna go up to the altar and investigate it. See if it's been touched, if there's dust or cobwebs in certain areas.
There's no dust or cobwebs on the gravestone, but it does look pretty old, and it's recently been dug up.
Like a body was here before and it's gone?
Specifically bones.
Interesting.
Whether they're gone or not remains to be seen. It has since been filled in by gravedigger/grave robber.
He said that they were protecting, it sounded like he was saying that it was like Saint Andrew was providing some protection. Could I cast a ritual of detect magic to see if I feel anything?
Absolutely.
Okay, I do that. When no one is looking.
You detect no magical presence.
Well, that's not good.
Mm-mm.
Either they believe in nonsense or someone took something. She's gonna scratch her head. She's gonna look back at the inn, and then she's gonna go to her back to kind of just grab onto her bow, and then she realizes that she doesn't have it, and then she's gonna run back to that woman quickly to pick up her bow now, and then she's gonna go back to the inn.
So those of us standing by the entrance see Imelda just stumble running back to the enchantress and then back to us.
I like it.
And then she kind of just says, if she sees you for a second, I'm on the mission.
Meanwhile, back at the inn. I don't think you guys ever procured a room or a rate.
Yeah, it was half day, so.
Right. No. Not saying it was inappropriate not to do so, just... It hasn't
We
been
did not
done.
do so.
Yeah, exactly.
Has
You got
not.
it, man.
I got it.
Yeah, I don't recall. I think we might have talked about it, but we never finalized the deal.
Right. It was talked about. Rooms were never purchased. That was the verdict.
I prefer to meditate in nature anyway.
Nice.
You hippie.
That is a very hippie thing to say.
You guys are waiting for me to describe some eventful thing that's happening at the inn for you to jump into. There's not much happening at the inn, unfortunately, because, like you said, it's midday.
We gotta go do the thing.
Alright, we're basically waiting for Imelda to show up at this point.
I know
Yeah.
my
Well,
room.
Imelda showed.
Yep.
Kragnar is here. The
Yep.
only one who hasn't come back is Aaron.
Okay.
Don't
Where
wait for
is-
me to come back. I'm not coming back anytime soon.
Yeah, that's kind of what I figured.
Alright. Tarek's gonna look up at the sun and go, I think our friend might take a while. Maybe we should go to that first meeting. And we do not want the lady to wait on us. That would be terribly rude.
Pardon me,
My
the
room,
step.
my room first.
Oh, yeah, Kragnar's in there doing his thing.
What rate for a room, please? I want to buy room.
A single or for your party?
Ragnar and one other.
Mm. I do have a double room available here.
Let Ragnar buy.
She takes 10 gold off you for the night.
10 gold? Ragnar not spend 10 gold on room. I'm not stupid.
She was hoping you're dumb. You sound dumb, so.
10 gold. Ragnar pay
All right.
5 silver.
10 silver because you're an orc. You're going to stink up the bed.
Gives her a hateful glance. You sure about that?
I'm certain that we should dump a bucket of water over you instantly. Flies gathering around Kragnar.
He shakes his head. Rises above, as he always does, and pays 10 silver.
Don't worry, I'll give you porous amounts of gold in the future to make up for it, John.
Okay. Got a chance to demonstrate my resolve.
Your ability to argue.
Now, ability not to kill someone who horribly insults me
The stinky fly joke.
and rip apart the entire inn. So, yeah.
Level 3.
Barbarian, level 5. All right. To lady's house. Right?
That's the plan.
Indeed.
Right. Off we go. Do we know where it is?
We sort of got permission tonight, didn't we?
Dan got the invite. Corvus got the invite.
Yeah, Corvus was told where it is. He can lead you to it. I mean, it's the second biggest mansion in the city. It can't be too hard to find.
After you.
Oh, that was your bow. He says to Imelda.
Oh, well, thank you. Have you been here long?
No, not long. Long enough for innkeeper to insult Kragnar.
And so I have my bow.
I think you do. Did you pick it up?
Yeah.
I didn't hear you say you were running back and forth saying, I'm on a mission, something like that. Wasn't that what you were doing?
Yeah, well, she was gonna pick up her bow and then come back to the inn.
So I think you would have your bow. That would be fair
Okay.
to say.
Okay.
That's what you were doing. You got the bow?
Yeah.
You came back with it?
The mission was successful.
So do we know anything about this lady that we're going to see?
All I can really gather about her is that she does not favor the current Baron of Valaki. Not at all.
Right.
Although who else is involved in this apparent power struggle, we have yet to find out.
Well,
Good.
is there a way that like I've never been to a dinner party like this before? Like, is there like customs that we should follow, or just wing it?
I would say just try to be your best self.
My best self, but you said
Humans
no
tend
magic.
to worry about manners a lot more than people like us tend to. So just try to be courteous and respectful. Even though humans mean so much more by that. I've never understood them.
I'm sure if you're nice and just don't mention anything negative, I think we should be fine.
All right. Who's going to knock?
No.
Or do we just walk in?
Kragnar knocks.
Yeah, Corvus will walk up to the guard, the house guard at the door, and inform him that we have a prior engagement with Lady Wachter. He's looking very creepy in his robe.
I might have been muted that whole time. I'm not sure
Oh
if I was.
yeah, you were, buddy.
Yeah.
You did definite mutation.
Yeah, no, I was
Man,
wondering, like,
I
there's
thought I
really dark
disconnected or
spots.
something.
Nice.
I
I
can't
don't
do
know.
it.
I don't know where I was muted, but from
We
where I
heard
was muted.
nothing.
That's
So
perfect. Just start over.
0. Yep.
So as you walk into the double doors, I'm sorry, you probably didn't hear anything. So I gotta go a little further back than that. When you walk up, you'd see that Aaron is standing there talking to Edwin, and Edwin basically just says, "Oh, it looks like your friends are here." As you guys approach, I'm gonna save the accent so I can expedite this a little bit, and he invites you in, opens the double doors for you as you walk into the building. You see that there is a narrow vestibule right inside, but it leads to another set of double doors, smaller double doors. Straight up the hallway, there's a large staircase that leads up to presumably the next floor, but you can hear and smell what sounds like lunch in the next room. There is an open set of double doors just on the left as you walk through the vestibule.
Garog's gonna ask Edwin, is the lady expecting other guests, or are we the only people here today?
Whoever's using the measuring tool, unless you have a purpose for that, can you please stop? Presume you have a purpose.
Me. Yeah, so just head in.
Is Edwin answering, or is he just ignoring me at this point?
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't hear anything you said to him.
Oh, it's all right. Tirok asked him, "Oh, is the lady expecting other guests, or are we the only one joining her for lunch today?"
Oh no, the lady has several guests today.
Most excellent. Thank you, good sir.
Points you into the direction of the dining room.
All right. Just walk in then.
Also, when Imelda gets a chance, she's gonna, touch Aaron's shoulder and kind of whisper, "Are you all right?"
I'll just look at you with my typical. What did we decide on last session? Is it bitch face or dick face?
Either one, I think. It's bitch face works.
Yeah, either one. Whatever works in this. I'll say, I'm fine.
And she sheepishly backs away. It continues walking.
Who has the sphere going?
I do not know, but it is annoying.
Steerage.
It's not
There is-
Tirok.
Okay, so it's not Tarek, it's not me, it's not Daniel.
Yeah.
Uh,
What is there a ghost in the
Tis-
machine?
Maybe there is a ghost.
Is Kragnar measuring for Scream?
No, there's no measure. I don't think so.
I mean, I'm assuming somebody's got it toggled and they don't know how.
Yeah, that's my measuring. My measuring one's over here.
Oh my glob.
Oh, it's gone.
Huzzah.
Thank you.
Mystery is solved.
All right.
Alright. So yeah, we were walking in.
Yep, walking on in.
Okay. Tirok's gonna move forward towards the inside of the room.
Indeed. She'll follow. We should probably arrive with Corpse too. Mm.
I was just
So
trying to
we
give
level.
everybody a chance to say what they're doing here, guys, so it's not just one person talking the whole night. Thank you, though, for those of you that did. And you see an ornate table stretching the length of the room, a crystal chandelier hanging above it imperiously. The silverware on the table is tarnished, the dishes are chipped, and all of them are still quite elegant. Several chairs sit with their backs adorned sculpted elk horns surrounding the tables. At the head of the table, you see an interesting looking figure, sort of a surly looking older gentleman. Does not stop to look up as you walk in the room, simply continues eating the soup, which looks like a borscht or some sort of beet soup.
How old does he look?
About 70. You can also see a young lady or younger lady, maybe about 45, greeting various guests, all of whom are dressed very similarly with dark robes, red-rimmed hoods. And they're sort of queued up, waiting to greet this person. You walk in, it's sort of like a wedding. go and speak to the bride and groom, then find your table. And that line that's queued up is not too long. It's maybe 4 or 5 people in front of you.
Derek's going to gesture everybody to get in line behind the guests to be following protocol.
Imelda does so.
Corvus has no idea what we're waiting for, but complies regardless.
Lady continues to greet her guests until she makes it to you, of course. Well, Edwin told me I'd be having outsiders, and outsiders I have. Have you brought the light with you? She asks you all, expecting you to know what she's talking about, obviously, but if you don't, completely understandable.
Would Tirok would know, as he knows generally the culture of the area?
Doing that thing again. You're asking me if I know what you know.
That's all right.
Yeah.
He's just going to do then a graceful bow to the lady and go, Lady, I believe you bring light wherever you go. We thank you for the invitation. Our group is... my name is Terok, and my group is with the party here. We have Corvus, which received your invitation. We have Imelda, Kragnar, the big guy over there, and we have Lord Aaron joined us as well. With also one of the noble elves, Artemine.
Welcome, guests, welcome. I am Lady Fiona Wachter.
Hello. Nice to meet.
So tell me, if you haven't brought the light, what have you brought to Valaki? Why have you come here?
It seems that mists, as we've been brought here, is more likely what happened. Seems the mists have gotten hold of all of us. However, we do hope to maybe understand what you mean by light at this point.
I'm going to turn the question that you asked me originally back around on you. And I'm going to ask you, do you know Lady Fiona Wachter? Would you know of her from living in Barovia? If so, I can give you some information such that you may have that be the case.
I'm thinking if I'm doing the easy mode or I'm doing the more complicated mode.
Right. I think it's just like that's an easy way to have the information that you need. So that's why I hate when you guys ask that question. Does my character know this? No. That's why you're trying. That's why I'm saying I'm trying to get you to figure something out.
So you know what?
For you on that, could we do if I was doing it, I wouldn't because I'm Kragnar right now. But if I was doing it, I would be like, he tries to think of where he would know that from.
You know what?
Would
He's
that
from
be
the
right way to do it. You know.
He's from the outskirts of Barovia. He does not know what she means. Let's do it that way.
And the melt is gonna just pipe in. You did mention a light before. I'm not from the town. Could you clarify what that means about like us bringing the light? Does it have something to do with the Morning Lord?
We here at the Wachter House. She kind of looks around at the various guests that you see gathered around. We share a certain opinion about the town of Valaki, you see. We think that someday, some glorious, brilliantly bright day, outsiders will come from lands afar and shed light down upon the dismally bleak Vallaki. And in doing so, rid us of that pig, Vargas Valakovich.
You don't like him much, I take it.
Outside these walls, it would seem that that is a dangerous statement, and an even more dangerous wish.
Dangerous, although not unpopular.
She sort of replies sharply to Artemine, with like a, I suppose it's good then that we find ourselves within these walls. And she meets that comment with a thin smile.
Indeed. Perhaps we may be able to speak more openly here.
Of course. None of
Well, if I
Vargas's
were
silly
to-
laws apply within these walls.
That's good to know. Does Isaac ever, come around these parts? She looks a little bit nervous.
Isaac is not welcome in this house.
That's really great to know. He gives me sort of the creeps.
We'll fight him.
It appears we have some common enemies already.
I don't know if I would call him an enemy of mine. It's more like uncomfortable acquaintances at this point, but it could turn into enemy.
I think she was responding to Kragnar.
Oh, okay. Well, at this point, I feel like Imelda's still drunk, so she's just very talkative.
It's fair enough.
Looking about this grand hall, comments. The illustrious quality of your home is impeccable. May I ask, how long has the Wachter house stood in this land?
That was pretty nice, too.
That's a very good question, and because it is bearing on the timeline, I'm gonna have to take a minute to answer it.
All good.
Is there? Shoot me a DM real quick with the reason why you're asking this, by the way.
Okay, yeah, 1 second.
This house very nice. Food smell good, too.
And you can consider that as Lady Wachter asking, "Why do you ask?"
I just sent it to you.
Got it. Wachter House has been around since Vallaki was established.
Then, perhaps, would you have record of this city's history?
Records? I'm
Indeed.
not much of a historian myself, but I do know quite a bit about the town.
I must confess, I ask these questions out of somewhat personal reason. I seek someone who has passed through here many, many years ago.
Oh?
Kin to about 75 years. There was a time when another elven mage came through, but she never returned. I seek her trail, and perhaps wonder if you or your house might have something that might help me along my search.
Hmm. 75 years. That's even before my husband was born. Well, let me see what I can do. If I come across anything, I'll let you know.
Dear leisure, madam. I have waited many years. I can continue to wait.
Kragnar here looking. Kragnar brought here while looking for cure for plague affecting tribe called Bloodroot. It gets the babies and children first. Kragnar hope maybe medicine somewhere in this land. Maybe even Talaki. But Kragnar not know. Thank you. Shift up.
All right. As people have presented. Oh, you were talking, Gan?
No, just wanted to say sorry to Kragnar. I'm reading DMs as he was talking, so I didn't hear he was directing that towards me.
All right. So if you're going to answer to him, I'm going to let you do that.
I didn't hear what he was saying. I don't know how good you are at reading and listening at the same time, but I'm not good at it. So I should have probably stopped reading when I heard him start talking.
If you knew my girlfriend, she would tell you I'm very bad at it.
Yeah. No one's good at it.
Let me sit down. Me sit down in this chair. If okay with you. Everyone's still standing.
Please.
I mean, the food is very delicious. It looks like it. And she sits down.
You're seated amongst various hooded figures that have now taken off their hoods to reveal they're not monsters of any kind, just normal people that obviously have donned the same clothing for the day for some reason.
She kind of, Imelda kind of looks at Kragnar and lowly whispers to him, "But are we supposed to wear the same thing as them?"
Guess didn't get the weird robe memo.
Don't look good in big black robe.
Wait, do these robes look like the same ones this in the Death House? Terak's gonna try to look for that.
I don't think they were red.
They could be.
No, they don't. They probably are the same exact minis though. to your point.
That's purely out of curiosity.
Yeah, they would be different looking to Terak's perspective.
That is good. Thank you.
Yep.
I just want to leave some space to anybody else who wants to say or do something. All right.
So is there I'm sorry.
No. Well, you go ahead. Go ahead.
So, is this like a sort of weekly thing, or like a spontaneous thing, like having people over? Yeah.
No, this is our book club. She smiles.
Oh. What sort of book are you reading? Or what types of books do you like to read?
This and that. Right now, I'm between books. This is more of a social gathering.
Ragnar not much of reader.
So, Lady of Fiona, Darok's gonna speak up a bit now. As you've probably noticed and we've talked about, we have currently no allegiance and certainly no alliance to any political powers of this town. So, from what we understand, you seem to have expectations out of us. Tell us, how exactly are you expecting you to help? Do you have any ideas of how we could help you, maybe?
It would appear you are not what I expected you to be. But that is okay. As you said, you can still be of use to me.
Corvus interjects and asks, "What's that hired muscle?"
The light, of course. She says again.
Corvus screws his face up slightly, not sure how to react.
Darok's just gonna do a face of maybe don't try to antagonize the host.
Corvus is simply going to ask her to explain their spiritual rites. There's clearly, I don't want to say the word cult, but I'm gonna cult theme going on here, and maybe you could tell us a little bit about that, because your wardrobe's not very light.
Please don't say you just came out and asked Fiona if this is a cult. Is in character, and you didn't do that as Corvus, right?
Lady Walker has nice hair. Looks cool.
Hey, she's the one who makes
Alright,
it about cult.
if Corvus is sticking to his guns on this, Lady Fiona will react accordingly. She will become extremely offended. She will ask you to leave her house at once. And her husband just stands as this happens. This is the first time he's moved, said anything, stopped eating.
No.
So, did that really happen, or is that a possibility?
The Corvus.
I didn't mean to. I wanted to simply.
To be clear, this is not a punishment on Corvus. This is supposed to happen. So it's okay if Corvus did that.
Well, I wanted to
and it's
ask
completely
about,
okay if he looked around at all the hooded figures and surmised that is this a cult?
No, I'm okay with
If
that.
none of you have done that by far, I might be concerned about whether you may be in a cult or not.
Well, I did ask about the occultists.
Yes, you did ask if they were
Ragnar's
cultists.
panicking. He's panicking because he wants food, and he's about to get kicked out without food, so he's panicking. But the turkey, the gravy.
I'll leave it up to you, Corvus. Either you can wait to have a discourse about cultists and whether she's a cultist or not, or you can do that now. And to be honest, you guys have gotten a lot of what you need from this already. And I'm terribly sorry if you don't feel like you've gotten much, but
I'll not get food yet.
that means she don't have much to offer.
well, she
So
does.
I was
She serves a purpose, and her purpose is looking for outsiders who are going to bring the light and rid her of the Baron.
Okay, instead of my offensive spiel, I simply want to ask what she means by the light. Just that.
She I think summed it up for Imelda when Imelda asked that, but I can kind of go back over it again if you didn't hear that. It was basically like She believes that outsiders, she and her people believe they have a common opinion that outsiders from lands far away are going to come and shed light on dismal Valaki, literally bringing sunlight to the town and ridding the town of Vargas Vlahovic, that pig. You missed all that.
Ridiculous.
You stepped away. You were AFK. How dare you?
Could I
Okay, you
ask
know
a
what?
question?
Actually, I did hear that. It's just it explained nothing for Corvus. He still has no idea what she means by the light.
It's fair.
Could I ask her a question?
Yep.
You mentioned that like you feel like outsiders are going to bring the light to Valaki. I was wondering, where did you hear this? Like, was it like a dream that you had, or was it like a reading of something, or just like a sort of idea, you know? Just out of curiosity, I'm a very curious person. She says, biting into, I guess, I don't know, the sandwich, drinking some tea.
Dan asks her if she's a cultist. Melda questions why she believes her religion. You guys make it difficult to voice NPCs without being offended sometimes, I think. I don't know how she reacts to that other than to say, these have been my beliefs, and they are the beliefs of many others, not just my own. How have you come by your beliefs? Do you not believe in something, a greater power, a divine force?
At this point, Artemine cannot resist piping up.
I think he's talking to Melda specifically, but you can absolutely.
You speak of divine forces that would shed light, but have you considered that it is not the light that will be shed, but balance? This land is clearly in turmoil. It is no wonder that you seek a reprieve from this ever-present gloom.
Well, I was going to say starlight, and Elda whispers into her breath.
Yeah, she light. She's made of light. Sometime. And make backflip off tree. Ham. How you get ham to taste so tender and lightly salted?
Mustard.
Make good ham.
Croc is just voiceless at this point.
Hot roast have perfect amount of carrot and celery.
Oh, I shouldn't
Never
open
had-
back the door up for questions.
They're so touchy.
Lady Fiona, you were saying about how we could maybe help you. I'm sure our not discourteous. I have the French word in my head. I just can't figure out our clumsy attempt at asking questions. We're barely a way of us to understanding the current situation and how we could help you.
The current situation is Vargas Vlahovic has this whole town under the impression that all is well, this constant, annoying optimism. He actually thinks he's made improvements here since his father was the ruler. Scoffs at this.
That's certainly seeing the town from our own eyes. It does not seem like Valaki is the most joyful place on earth, that's for sure. But that still doesn't answer how we can help you particularly.
I don't think you can.
Maybe in time find a way to maybe have our interests align. Definitely.
We just got here. We not know what really doing yet, but maybe we know later. Right.
I mean, I'm mainly here for the food and the water, and she takes a gulp of water, hoping that it sobers her up.
Turns out it's vodka.
Oh God.
Yeah,
No.
I'm good too. We keep eye open for anyone bringing light.
Sure.
Send your way. Send your way.
Yeah,
Also-
Corbin stopped talking. He's flat out weirded out by these people. They talk about the light, but everything's all dark and they're dressed dark. It's just the juxtaposition has me reeling a little bit.
So- Dark's going to actually ask about that. So, Lady Fiona, we seem to have missed the dress code for the evening. May we pray tell us what is, if this event has a name for it, or at least the people who organize it, besides just your elegant self, of course.
Oh, all members of the club are given a gown, a robe, at their choice.
And what might be, if it is not discourteous to ask, the name of this club?
The Walktermen.
The Walktermen. Interesting name. Seems very it seems to be a good name, as for your same as your house. It is, of course, very honorable at this point.
Also, question. You mentioned that Lady Voctor's, like that 70-year-old man stood up. Is he still standing up, or is he sitting just resuming normal things?
I was in reaction to what Dan said that I think
Yeah,
you
yeah,
retracted,
yeah.
so I think you can disregard it.
Oh, okay, cool.
You guys could continue discourse with the lady.
What
We can get kicked out next time.
Have you, lady,
Reload the
heard
checkpoint.
of any medicine places in town might find things to help with blood rot cure? Kragnar, search for.
Blood rot cure, eh? Perhaps talk to the coffin maker. He can probably give you a good deal on a casket.
What does the coffin maker look like?
Snort. Offended snort.
She thinks back to the person that was digging a grave.
So,
She gives you a description that sort of matches that fellow, except until she says that he's heavy-set, because the
Oh.
gravedigger was not heavy-set. He was rather bony and skinny.
All right. Well, what is his name? This coffin maker.
Henrik. You all have a lot of questions, and to be quite honest, you don't seem to be the ones I was looking for. I think
What sort of thing?
I must attend to my other guests now. Those that could help me with my problem, as I described it. And if you need
Charge.
to ask again, I don't know what to tell you. She wants you to kill the goddamn the Vargas Velagovic.
Yeah.
Like, for the love of God.
Yeah. She's not going to give us any specifics.
I don't
but
think
that's
she's
what
going to
she
come out and
wants.
say it. Yeah, you guys are like looking for the Italian mob boss to tell you, all right, I want you to kill this person on this day at this time, so it can be used against me in a court of law later.
Derek is basically going to bow this point and say,
any of that in this town.
Little hints that I give are not good hints, I guess.
"Oh no." Derek is just going to bow and say, "Oh, we're terribly sorry for keeping you from your guests. We hope to maybe eventually raise up to your expectations. Maybe one day.
She's entirely bored of you at this point. No longer paying
And
attention
thank
to you.
you.
She's talking about some kind of book. One of her
Corvus
fellow
whispers
book
to
club
Turok
members.
and asks, should we tell her that we're about to meet with the Baron?
I think she's probably already knows, and that is why we are in this room currently at the moment. We should enjoy the free lunch like we can, and try not to antagonize anybody else. And he specifically looks at Corvus by seeing those taking time between each words.
I simply grab a piece of fruit off the table, shrug, and walk towards the exit.
Imelda, can she like sneak some like sandwiches in her pocket?
Sleight of hand.
Okay. I mean, she doesn't know when she's going to get a great meal like this again.
Feeling the
Besides
fingerling
Erwin.
sandwiches.
These cucumber sandwiches are the bomb.
I know, right?
They are.
Oh no,
Snack on these all day.
that's an age.
You're a bum from the forest. They don't care about you.
All right. Well, it was a pleasure meeting you all. I hope the book is great. Bye. She runs after her party.
Dropping sandwiches behind her.
Yes.
Trailing
Here's
breadcrumbs.
exit.
You know, there's like
Here's
breadcrumbs. Yeah. Maybe
Hold
if
a
you
second.
like a cucumber slipped out, you know.
Turok is gonna sigh, eat some cheese, eat a few bits more pieces, take a drink of the closest cup he can find, and follow the group.
Well, that was strange.
Indeed, it was.
Yes, it seems like the prospective powers to replace the Baron of Valaki won't be such a great replacement.
Oh, you
Sounds
mean
like
the
this
cult?
town is-
Well, are we outside right now before I say anything? I'm
Right,
asking-
Ragnar is.
All right, we're all outside. All right. So I will say this once we are outside the doors and out of earshot.
Yeah, I'm outside.
You think that the group of people in dark robes are going to be not much better than the Baron right now? I would tend to agree with you on this one.
Well, the Baron's bad enough where they seem to have most of the people on their side, but I suppose that's what this little club is.
Hey, at least we know she not like him. Might be useful information sometime.
Yeah.
All right.
She's-
Let's go.
Yeah, she seems more like the kind to go and try to replace him in a bad way.
Yeah.
All right. So let's go back in town and get ready to go meet our other crazy group of people, I guess.
Everyone, though, I think I need to say one thing. I was at the church. I was trying to see if, like, a girl, Aaron's daughter's description, had come around. Unfortunately, not. But I mean, I guess that's a good thing because, like, no one dug a grave for a girl around 10 to 13. So she's probably still alive. She looks at Aaron for a moment, and then she looks back into herself, and she's like, and well, the priest was acting really weird, and like she whispers this part, like she says it hushly, so like the people have to like kind of lean into her.
Okay.
She
Lean
said
in,
that,
lean in.
that these Saint Andrew's bones like protected the church, but then he did this weird eye thing that made me feel like the bones weren't real. So then I checked out the location where they were supposed to be, and they were gone. So I don't know what happened. There was this weird, creepy guy that was like a grave digger, and I thought that might have been the same person, like that, you know, that lady was talking about, like the coffin maker, but I'm not quite sure. Yeah, what should we do? They said that the church was protected, but now it's not. I'm not quite sure what it was protected from. He wouldn't tell me more. He said that it was not safe to talk here within the church.
one's missing.
Well,
Church,
I would have to say if the
not
bones
safe.
of their saint truly provide protection, I could see why someone would want to steal them.
There are definitely forces working against any kind of civilization in this area, in this land. But maybe that detail is going to come in later on. But I think for now, we best leave old graves lay rested
Yes,
for now.
human spiritual traditions confuse me.
we have
So,
a bit of
what-
time to kill before dinner. Could go to church and look around.
Well,
We really have left.
Well, I mean, the church is right by the inn, like it's right behind it. So if we wanted to grab a drink or like check on Irina and her brother, we could do that, and maybe have
Yeah.
another meal that Erwin cooked, because Erwin's already better cooked than that lady's chef.
Terok's actually going to smirk at Imelda right now, like, really, another drink already?
Well, you know, like I could use some water and then like maybe another swig of whatever we had last time. It made me very focused. And she like looks like very like out of like kind of like she zones out as she says focused.
Yes, water sounds delicious.
Okay.
Terok's going to look at the sky and try to figure out what time it is about right now. What time is it about?
You can't determine the time of day by looking at the sky in Barovia, but you know that
Oh, yeah.
because you live here.
Well, it's
Brilliant.
Well,
It's
we
always
are
dark o'clock.
we are the light, so apparently,
You aren't. Apparently,
yeah.
you are definitely not bright. We'll put it that way.
Oh yes, definitely.
You
Trying to ask cold.
You are not bright going into the cult house saying, "Are you guys cultists?" Orvis.
That's not how I said it, but as soon as you heard the word cult, you're like, oh.
Of course, he's gonna say that.
Dear
It's
Lord.
the funniest thing possible.
I can't. Luckily, we can just
No,
retract statements
Corvus does not understand humans very well.
We can see that.
Oh my god. I forget
That's
sometimes
not one
the
to-
intricacies of your guys' characters. Like, Imelda has never seen a church before, that Corvus has no tact whatsoever. So, apologies when my reaction is like, guys, what the fuck?
No, I just have no tact with weirdos. Alright?
I just
Alright.
want to be honest with you guys. I try and live the NPC, so I try and react
yeah.
as they would.
It's
So I
awesome,
want to
sure.
give you genuine reactions every time. And when you guys say something that I think would irk an NPC, they're gonna
No,
be
that's
irked,
fair.
and you're gonna get poor results from the situations. And I think that's fair. I think that's
It's cool, man. We weren't trying to butter her up anyway.
I was.
Oh,
Yes.
you were, why?
the buttering seemed to be working for a moment there. They want to believe that someone is the light. That's the impression you got. They were waiting for someone to rise up and lay claim to that role. And I
They're
think that's
grasping at
why
straws
she
to
said
look
you're
for
not
their
what I'm
savior.
looking for. So it wasn't like a failed set of interactions that led to that experience, or even Corvus's referral of them being perhaps a cult. More so, I think just, she had a very set response in mind to that question. And when she didn't get the one she wanted, set in her beliefs, she feels like it's not them. Can't be them.
She wants some people to do her bidding that actually drink the Kool-Aid. Something like that.
Basically, like she wouldn't send someone to go and kill
I got.
the Vargas Vlahovic. You see enough people here in this room to probably accomplish that task. There's lots of Wachterman. However, why is she looking for some divine
Yeah.
source from outside? You guys aren't. You're not far off the trail. I guess what I want to say and what I want to define here is like the smell in the room being off, and like this is all kind of a bullshit story. Definitely.
It definitely
But-
seemed that way.
But the admission or the putting that out into the air for people to hear in that room would result in her basically freaking out. You know, perhaps
Yeah.
for
Yeah,
fear
we'd be
of losing.
admonished by the Lochterman or whatever, at least until we did something that overshadowed our negative.
The
Not
only
my
and the
negative
only
comments.
reason I take the time to explain this because I want to make sure you guys got everything you should out of that experience. The Lochter House is supposed to be something for you guys to learn a little bit about Vargas, learn a little bit about Lady Fiona, learn a little bit about her history, and you know how she interacts with the town. I think you
We
guys
didn't learn anything.
missed some of those pieces, but you know I think what you did learn is how she feels about the Baron, what the overall plight of her group is. They're looking for heroes to come bring the light to their town by killing the Baron.
Well, I might not have made a good impression on them, but they didn't make a good impression on me either. So we're even.
The things that you did get out of the house were the important things. The things that you didn't were the flavor. So I think it's okay.
Yeah, basically, she's the second power in town. There's a group of the aristocrats that aim for power, but
Now,
use.
it makes sense that no matter what the group would say, she wouldn't just suddenly trust some random strangers. Oh yeah, go. No, that totally makes sense. I get where you're coming from.
Yeah, but Tarek's gonna have a
She's
discussion.
not
in
hiring
court.
mercenaries to try and kill the leader. Like, no.
That's not how you control the population in the narrative. That's
Part of me is really uncomfortable with not being able to just cast magic willy-nilly, because that's basically how he lived his entire life. So he's looking at this as like an opportunity to actually get some shit done here in town.
right. So Tarek's gonna have a few words with Corvus about not antagonizing and not calling out obvious calls in their faces. But otherwise, Tarek's gonna let's just walk back to the inn, everybody. All right? We've got a meeting to attend. And this time, do not start calling out obvious cults in their faces or try to get us killed in the place where we
What
are
if-
completely surrounded.
Wait, what if Isaac isn't, Isaac, that weird guy that you were, saying was looking at me weirdly, try something. Then can I do something
Killed him.
about it?
I beat him with axe and he died. You're safe.
If he tries anything weird on you, you can be sure that he will be pierced by many blades at the same time. Until he does so, do not do anything stupid, please.
What if she whispers this so that no one hears it outside of her group?
I couldn't
What
hear you,
if
sorry.
he tries to separate me, and I just turn into like an animal or like a bug and get away?
That is inadvisable, and just try to stick with us. We will keep an eye out and make sure you don't get separated. And if you do, we will find you. But until you are in the life or death situation, please do not do anything.
You can turn into bug if you want.
All right, everybody ready to move on to the inn, or at least towards the map?
But
Or the-
Ragnar wants help find bones.
Yep, that's right near the inn. That's a good thing then.
All right.
That's not exactly time sensitive, though.
I don't know what the time is. I want to figure it out at the end.
Ian will
We
know.
came here for a luncheon. We have to meet for dinner. That means we have like a couple hours to spare.
There you
Max.
We were at 2:00 at the Lady Fiona's, and we have a 6 p.m. appointment for Creepy Isaac.
I would say, all in all, that like what, 30 to 45 minutes.
Do we have Don? Do we have an estimate of time how long it took us to get to that manor and how long we stayed in it?
You guys it was a quick lunch, 30 minutes. How long it took you to get there? Maybe 15 minutes. It's not a long walk from the Blue Water Inn to over there, but I want to say you guys were kind of like walking around, not really knowing where to go until then you sort of, oh, there's Aaron, and he's talking to that creepy guy Edwin in front of that big house over there. It's probably Walked her house.
There you go. All right.
And Dan's assessment of time is pretty spot on. So when you guys are asking like what time of day it is, I'm always going to be like, I fucking don't know what time of day it is, dude. 6 p.m. I'll give you a random time, but his presumption is pretty solid. You guys spent a little time in there. It was luncheon. You guys are going to supper, which is usually, I don't know when you guys do dinner, but I do it like 4 hours, 5 hours after I eat lunch. And then I do usually like 2 more meals after that involve lots of chocolate and candy. And ice cream.
We've been informed. We've been informed that Barovians have supper at 6. Okay.
Yes.
So
It's like
okay.
breakfast,
Get up
second
2 hours.
breakfast, luncheon, tea, dinner, supper.
11sies.
Yeah.
Yes.
All right, so
Midnight
we.
snack.
All right, so let's go with the investigation of the missing holy bones.
Indeed.
Well, I think that we have
Sounds
to
good.
like go to the church because a guy was sending some under the tone signals that I didn't quite catch.
Well,
You're
I
smart.
think you caught him.
can't
You caught
catch
him. You
it.
caught him. You caught him.
Not-
You just don't know you caught him. You caught everything you needed to. The bones are missing. The bones are not supposed to be missing. The bones are what protects the church. You got it.
But like she doesn't know who took them. That's the problem.
Yeah, that's the
We can figure
it out.
the mystery.
So and
Yeah.
he said it wasn't safe to talk here. So like maybe he feels like he's being watched by the people that stole something. You know, like maybe
you
No.
get,
Tell him to meet us at the inn later for a conversation.
yeah.
so
Yeah.
if Imelda says that out loud, Tirok is
I
gonna.
say that quietly out loud.
Oh
Quietly.
yeah, I know. But I mean, it's, if you do say that in character, Tirok is just gonna tell you, if you were supposed to be the holy protector of the town, using those, and if you lost that protection, would you want that advertised around?
No, but he didn't have to share that with me, but he did.
But we are outsiders. We would not get upset by it, and maybe he's hoping we find eventually those bones.
But perhaps he has some ideas of, you know, like who might have been around the bones or knew it. I mean, that grave digger was kind of suspicious, but
He probably
Good
does.
idea. He know maybe
He might-
list.
You might be able to
list of
find
people.
leads from either of them. But
So we
that
have-
gravedigger you keep mentioning sounds quite suspicious.
So
he had the bag, he had the
So-
shovel.
So basically, right now, all we need to do is not look too suspicious. Figure out if there's any clues around. And if we do find clues to find out where the bones are, look for them after we've had our appointment at 6 p.m., if I should remember everybody.
Still
Well, we
waiting
still
on
have how
GM.
many hours though? Like we still have quite a bit of time, right?
Yeah, but this is a fresh old gravestone. That means those bones are gone. We might just
The
find
thing
some.
that creeps me out about Imelda's story is how the priest refused to speak in the church. What's with that?
Yeah, like he said, it wasn't like protected
I-
anymore.
As I've said, he is supposed to be protecting the bones that are protecting the town. The bones are gone. He does not want people to think that he failed.
Also,
But
no
no one
no,
was
no
talking in the
protection.
church.
Yeah, no
No one-
protection
no
in the
one
church because the
were
bones are gone. Right?
Yeah, I was gonna say there's no protection in the church because the bones are missing.
Ah, it's all coming clear.
The acoustics really bad in church, so if even whisper people hear.
But he might have an idea of like maybe who had access to them, you know?
Right. We just need to meet him outside of church.
If
It would serve us to speak with the gravedigger.
Meet, get list suspects, interview suspects, solve crime.
Well, he sounded a little bit similar from the coffin maker that lady Fiona was talking about, but he didn't say like he didn't look as beefy as perhaps what she was saying. But
Beefy.
could be another way.
It's the best description
Yeah.
ever. Beefy is way better than burly. I like beefy.
I
I'm using.
couldn't remember the exact word that you used.
I couldn't either. But beefy is the new word. I just didn't know beefy was okay to use. But
You
being
just
that
like ate the food the whole entire time.
cucumber sandwich in hand.
all we should have said is
Beefcake? No.
the grave the grave digger is definitely somebody who could ask a few questions. He knows his graveyard well. He might have some clues. So that actually is a good idea.
Why still talking about this? We have plans.
Indeed.
No more talk.
Let's go.
Just go.
These will all
Amanda-
remain theories until they are proven fact.
And I just realized that I didn't summon you guys to the board. That is my bad. You guys should be back to Barovia Redux, or wow, Barovia Velaki Redux now.
Here we go.
Yep.
Somewhere in Barovia.
Yeah, we are there. All right. Let's move to the church.
You get to the church, you'll see Milivaj is standing outside of the burial grounds now, and he appears to just be cleaning various tools that he's used throughout the day, applying oil to them. And this looks like a ritualistic task for him. I'll let you guys get over there.
Church,
Yeah.
church.
All the way back there. It's right behind the inn, so it's easy
Yeah.
to see. And
But he needs
the graveyard.
A beacon.
Beacon. Gondor has lit the beacon.
We're going to the back.
Rohan has been called.
This is nice church. Oh, by the way, wanted to say, whoever said it, just 'cause have shovel does not make one suspicious criminal.
I just say suspicious in general. You are a bunch of
I don't think
weird
she
people.
implied that, but whatever.
Just 'cause shovel not mean bad.
No, shovel is good.
Shovel, correct, nor good.
By the way, the mystery of the measuring tool earlier, my wife has my Bluetooth mouse downstairs on her laptop.
There it
What
is.
was you the whole
Well, the
time?
butler did it.
We were all so confused.
In the green room with the symbol.
I shot her. You shot her.
Yeah, I figured that out about 15 minutes ago, and I was like, what in the fuck is going on with my computer?
I respect you coming clean with that. You could have just kept it quiet.
Oh, no, because I asked who was doing it, and then I was like, all right, we'll just talk about that later.
Fucking start summoning zombies.
This is a mysterious problem.
Yeah,
All right,
my
if
wife just
anyone-
drops a dragon in the middle of the map. Like, I don't know what happened.
If someone's
fucking
going to go
Taras.
interview either the gravedigger or the priest or whatever, I am going to stand by the interviewer and look really big and tough and imposing, like, you should answer truthfully or this guy might beat you up, sort of a thing.
Ooh, intimidation time.
Roll that intimidation, son. Bring him a big fat roll so he can get some good persuasion.
Oh, it's a natty 1.
It's not
It's a
good.
natty 1,
You
baby.
look intimidating, but you don't look intimidating.
You get advantage.
The paradox.
Sorry to be a nitpicker, but
Your intimidation paradox.
Yep.
No.
You're walking up imposingly, and
tried.
then you trip.
I tried, guys. I tried.
Lots of visitors in the cemetery today. Lots of outsiders coming to pay respects to Saint Andrew.
Oh, well, these were the party members that I was talking to you about.
Friends.
And she kind of like goes a little bit more closer to him, to the priest, and kind of like whispers lowly.
Oh, this is Gravedigger.
Oh,
This is-
never mind.
This is Henrik.
Yes, don't
see
you
him.
see? Is
we are here to meet. We're here to just visit and see these famous holy grave of Saint Andrew and maybe partake of some of his protection.
Oh, don't let me keep you.
Wait, but weren't you just here, like, a moment ago?
I am here all day, typically, my dear. This is my job.
But how many people die a day?
You see the grass there? It grows, believe it or not. Even though there is little sunlight that peeks through those mists. Someone has to tend to these grounds, my dear. And that is a daily task, even when the dead is not.
You did a good job.
So, Tirak is
I'm gonna-
like
I'm gonna walk
people
over
do
to
your
Tarak
stuff.
real quick. Yeah, I'm gonna walk over to Tarak real quick. I'm gonna whisper into Tarak's ear. Maybe follow him after. Don't know. Just thought. Me.
Well,
not scary right
yes, I've noticed.
He's
your
gonna
your
be-
flies, your shoes aren't tied.
now. What happened is my war paint is usually intimidating, but I wiped my face, and so it actually looks like there's like a wiener dangling in between my two eyes right now
Jesus.
instead of a skull. And
Oh
so
my
that's why I'm
God.
not intimidating right now.
Went too far.
Yeah.
You've got something on your face.
Can,
Yeah.
can Imelda ask him a question? I mean, you mentioned before that you're here like most days, every day, for hours. Could you tell us a bit about these Saint Andrew's bones? Like, they just seem like they're really, important and vital to the community. Like, could you tell me a bit more about the lore and everything? And she kind of like is trying to play up as like the tourist.
He explains to you that the bones were buried there and a hollow spell was cast by a very powerful paladin. And at this time, that spell basically protected the entire town. Now, the spell's power eventually started to dwindle down over time, but the bones of St. Andrew kept it strong enough to build sort of a force field around the church, if you will, preventing evil spirits of a demonic or fiendish nature from entering the church. So the church basically acted as a safe zone, a safe place, a place of refuge from the constant darkness that is Barovia and Valaki.
So, do you ever tend to them?
Sorry, one more time?
So, do you ever tend to them, or ever, see them or like touch them?
The bones?
Yeah, I mean, it just seems like such a really cool artifact, like.
No, he
No.
says dryly.
I think what my friend means here is
I
it
don't
seems
usually dig up the grave when there's something in it, Em. I dig
Can I
the
use
grave
it?
to put something in it. That is the role of gravedigger.
28 insight.
Goddamn.
She's an insightful lass.
Did you bury the saint in the graveyard, or was he interred in the church? Corvus asks.
The
Seeing as
bones,
the
the bones are in the graveyard, underneath the altar.
supposed to be.
Do I
Right.
feel like,
That
It's-
explains why they were so easy to steal.
Oh,
but like
so
from my insight check, do I feel like he's like touched them, like done something to them?
Do you feel like he's touched the bones from an insight check?
Like, I just want to know if he seems shifty, like if
It's
he's
being
getting
honest.
He definitely
weird.
seems shifty from your insight check. Has he touched the bones from your insight check?
Like what I'm like asking is like, is he acting weird when she asks that question?
Yes.
That's what I'm asking.
Yep.
Okay.
Definitely.
Okay.
So
Yeah, Corvus is thinking
Targus
this guy
is gonna-
sold off the info or something like that. He's
well,
probably the
everybody knows the
mastermind.
bones are there.
Exactly.
Well then, will
So-
the two
It is
get
common
to-
knowledge that the bones are buried there. Yep.
So
Well then,
Tarok is going to move on and say, from that line of questioning, and just go, well, from what my son is saying I think what she means is, the earth seems fresh from that grave that's supposed to be there for a very long time. That does seem strange, wouldn't it?
Well, you are all certainly very observant people. But I have business to attend to.
Come on, friend. Of course, you know,
I am
we're
not
here
your
to
friend,
find out.
Kenku. Nor do I call myself friend of strangers. He looks at the rest of you. I grow tired, I think, of this conversation now. He walks up.
Time go.
He walks in the
Alrighty,
direction.
I'm gonna
Walks
intervene.
in the direction.
What happens is Corvus suddenly shapeshifts into a dire wolf with his wild shape and stands in the man's way and just snarls at him.
Shit.
Why would you do that?
Is he intimidated now?
Oh my god!
Just escalate.
I'm sure he's intimidated. It's hard to work with you guys sometimes. One of the party members says he wants to follow him. Someone wants to bludgeon him into answers. I don't know what you guys want to do. Trying to give you an opportunity to tail him, but if you want to scare him, you can try and roll intimidation here, Corvus. I don't know if you turning into a wolf would scare him. Maybe he likes wolves.
This is a talent for magic.
In Corvus's defense, he didn't hear me whisper to Tarok to follow him.
No, I didn't. If they got another plan and I saw them going to do and act this other plan, I would cease my whatever I was doing and just go with them. I jumped
Let's
the
say
gun, my bad.
Yeah. So if anybody was trying to follow him, Tarok would just put his hand on their chest and just like in a sign to wait. Let's just go like that.
Sometimes it just feels like every interaction tonight has been me trying to navigate around to get you guys to something else, and I'm just gonna start rolling with what you guys want to do. And when I tried to do that, I also failed. So I don't know what to do at this point. I'm just gonna be quiet for a little while.
It's like the Benny Hill theme. You know,
Yeah.
we're just all doing stuff
Doing-
and chaos and hilarity is ensuing.
Doing
That's
stuff.
exactly what's supposed to happen. Yeah.
So if
Well, thank you,
anybody
John,
tries,
for summarizing that so well.
that's exactly. You remember what I said about herding cats? That's definitely what this is.
Right now we have someone who just turned into a direwolf in front of the gravedigger. So
Right?
let's see
I
what
didn't
happens.
see the intimidation roll yet, unless you rolled it not a game chat. I was trying to wait to see what happens. To John's point.
Okay. All right, Corvus, that's up to you, man.
Yeah, you got to roll an intimidation roll, Corvus.
Okay.
All right.
Moderately intimidating.
You look like a very angry dog, and yeah, I'm gonna say in response, he lifts up his shovel as if to hit you with it.
Oh.
Oh God, we're at that point, aren't we? All right. So
Defensive
Tarok
stance, of course, but he prepares to defend himself.
You're gonna have to talk after that, Corvus. So, oh God, you sound like a robot, man.
I'll just block his path.
So
And I
Tarok,
can't talk.
Well, let's give him a chance to talk since he sounded like a robot. He was obviously trying to say something. So
yeah,
Yeah.
go ahead,
maybe
Tarok.
both of you guys take a break for a second because you've done a lot of talking tonight and he hasn't.
Sounds good. Sounds good.
Reasonable response to having a dog randomly.
Did somebody get that?
He said a reasonable response to having a dog,
Dog growling.
I lost the rest.
But he still
Okay,
sounds
alright.
pretty pixely.
Yeah, could be a range thing.
Zone
Possibly,
Wi-Fi.
yeah.
Spotty Wi-Fi.
So, were you doing anything there, Ron?
Will yell out, let him go. No fight.
And Demelza just be like, sorry, we're still training him.
Ah,
Good one.
that's a good one.
Better. It's better than me. It's better than Kragnar. You go. It's safe. Corvus, no kill.
I think it's fair
I'll-
to say too, for the people that live in Barovia, Valaki's not a place that you would go to and walk up to people asking questions like a tourist. So the questions that you guys ask, you need to be targeted with your questions, and a line of 15 questions is often going to probably annoy someone to the point where they don't want to talk to you anymore. That is the nature of this town. Trying
They
to
are not used to children.
Yeah, no,
It
it's,
is not subtle.
it is not. It is not subtle. No, but whatever reason, there's no reaction to that. It's just continued barrage of questioning.
I'm over here just being like silent, fucking occasionally like looking through graves and whatnot,
Yep. I can
Just-
attest that.
watching out what's going on, and then like getting up close with the altar and this freshly disturbed grave to see what may have transpired, or if I can find any tracks or trails leading
Good idea.
away or through. Got my handy dandy magnifying glass in hand,
Saw that.
and I'm
I saw that.
fucking detectiving.
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead and roll an investigation here, Artemine, and thank you for interacting with the scene as it was described.
Yes, indeed. All right, wonderful. Investigation.
On Artemine with a good
God damn
roll.
it. Not a very good one. I could take 10 more minutes and keep looking around if I want to, though. Y'all were barraging this guy for a bit.
Oh yeah. The line of questioning gives you plenty of time. And he's also a little bit distracted with their questioning, like looking back and forth to the different people firing questions at him. And he doesn't really notice, I'm going to say, what you're doing. So you don't need to roll a stealth check to be unnoticed here. You kind of can take a little bit of a liberty with what you're doing and how you're investigating, Artemine.
Does that mean that I at least get my passive?
Oh yeah.
Okay, so if my next roll is not above 17, that is what 17 is the result. And it's the same fucking thing. So it's a 17.
It's a 17. All right. I want to say, I'm going to take a little bit of liberty with what you do here. You kind of, you see that he's not paying attention, and you dig your hands into the dirt a little bit, because that's the only thing I could say you could really do to investigate, like, where the fuck do these bones go? Are they still here? Are they not here? I'm just gonna start feeling around, because this dirt's pretty loose, and like you guys said, it's been recently upturned, more so probably recently filled in by the gravedigger himself. But as you feel around, you find nothing, but that's not nothing.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that does mean that they are in fact gone. Well, perhaps we may be able to track them down somehow. Maybe some locate object, if anyone got it. I wish I did. It's a really good detective spell to have. I think I'm going to acquire it. All right. So yeah, Artemine, after digging through, finding nothing, dusts himself off a bit, puts his magnifying glass away, and walks back out of the cemetery assumably as this guy is kind of storming off from the not so subtle questioning we got.
Accusing him, perhaps even.
Indeed. Yes. Yes. There was definitely some accusatory questioning going.
Oh. All right. I need to step away for just a minute here. I'll be right back.
5-minute break.
Yeah, it seems like a great time to do that. Go ahead and take 5, guys.
Sounds good.
Break time. Everyone like Kragnar's new outfit. He's like better shirtless, but shirtless not good armor right now.
Does my mic sound less robotic?
Yeah, it
Yes.
sounds better.
Okay, good.
Certainly does. I'll be back too.
Yeah, I was trying to get over there and investigate with you, but having technical difficulties.
Worries, man.
After this altercation, I would like to go inside and speak with the priest and whoever else might be in there.
Yeah. Good idea.
Anyone still here?
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah, I noticed right away the magnifying glass mini.
Oh yeah, man. I'm playing him like a detective. Gotta have the magnifying glass.
So I went with the. Oh, I noticed also someone else has the skull belt, like I do. It's just all black. It's blacked out. It's Aaron. He's got my same skull belt, which is kind of cool. And yeah, here's my new morphs with armor. There's throwing the jab. And here's fighting / raging. And here's knocking about.
Good.
Yeah, bud.
I
Yeah,
like to throw the jab.
I'm gonna hold off. I'm gonna hold off until we get a higher level to make him high tier and buy a whole new round of morphs.
Yeah, I know.
Like a
I know,
high
it's hard. You
level.
can do it every single time.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's tough. But I got boots and armor. It was just going to be weird. So this should hopefully last for a little bit.
Also, on top of the fact that I can literally only wear studded leather as the best shit for me, being
Maybe
I'm
Elven chain?
limited to
Elven
light
chain?
armor.
Elven chain?
I mean, if I could, if I get my hands on some medium armor that has the mithril quality to make it light, that'd be cool. But at the same time, it needs to have no dex mod limit like fucking most medium armors do, because dexterity is my thing. I do not strength. I am not strong. I am the antithesis of you.
It's pretty true.
I'm literally your antithesis. Like,
that means we're together. We make one hell of a good single character.
indeed. We're both the front line. You're the dumb and really absorbent front line. I am the really smart and squishy front line.
Yep.
But
Well,
the squishy factor is going to start going away.
Getting the boots and the getting the boots and the breastplate is going to, combined with Barbarian Rage, is going to do a lot to help his absorptive tanking abilities.
Oh yeah, barbarians are just sick, and if you can stack a high AC on top of their rage, they just never fucking go down.
It's just not a low. It's not a high AC, but it's just not stupidly low anymore. It was 15. Now it's up to 18, and that's a pretty big difference.
No, that's solid. That is a solid AC to have. A lot of things can miss fairly easily with an 18 AC.
Yep. So yeah, that's me. That's what's going on. I decided no on the crossbow or the bow. I'm just gonna chuck javelins at disadvantage if it's 120 feet.
Yeah, it's basically what you're supposed to do normally with the barbarian. Like they're not really bow people.
Yep, I know.
It's because
Thought
it's
about
solid.
Just chuck the javelin and run up and hit. So
Basically.
Lightning jab and fucking bowl them over afterwards.
oh, I'm in the market for a lightning jab. That's for sure. I'm in the market for one, but you can't have everything right
I'll have
away.
to figure out how to get him spell rot tattoos.
Okay. I'm in after that.
We will have to appeal to God. Because that's some homebrew ass shit. Trying to like make it happen yourself.
Sorry. Broken glass, 2 dogs needed.
Still don't
assistance
know why there's
cleanup.
not a tattoo artist's kit in Dungeons and Dragons.
Yeah, it's like not even
I
a
figure
tool.
once we get high enough level, high enough level with enough expertise in magic, we could probably make the appeal.
Indeed. Shelve it. Table it.
I hear
I
some
really
about
like the
tattoo
background
kits.
music in Milwaukee.
Yeah, it's good tunes, dude.
It's just kind of nice.
You got background music going on the stream?
Yeah, yeah, it's got a nice little vibe to it. It's just kind of dark.
Oh, not in actual Tailspire?
Tailspire, it's in Tailspire. Yeah.
Why can I not hear the sound?
You might have your volume all the way down.
It could be
Perhaps.
me too. Maybe I didn't apply it. If one person can hear it though, everybody should be able to.
Yeah, I hear it too, so might just be your settings too if you've set the sound too off or too low.
Sometimes it's too loud on maps, so I apologize if I ever blew your eardrums. I try and adjust it and apply it to like everyone to make sure that the music is like background music, you know? Not like you're at a concert.
Fucking Jurassic Park
Yeah,
starting.
Exactly. Blow your eardrums is no good for you. Yeah, sorry about that. I had to step away from one broken glass, 2 dogs, what
Oh, no.
assisted, so crisis averted.
Poor dog.
Oh, they're fine. They're just chilling in the cage, scared.
What did they break?
They didn't break anything.
Oh, okay, that's good.
Monica shattered glass. She just chucked it. She was pissed.
Sure. I believe you.
Yeah. Dan knows my wife in real life, so I think he knows that. If anybody's gonna break a glass in the house, it's probably gonna be me.
Yep.
Probably not though. I'm scared of her.
Be scared
we're
of
ready.
female rage.
That's right. Be fear the wrath of the woman.
I'll have no fury like a whore.
Exactly. All right.
So no one picks up
Bottles
and they'll
need not be thrown for emphasis.
I'm gonna note that for any NPCs that interact with Imelda from here on in.
Speaking of interacting with Imelda, did you see my message again?
Oh, wait.
No, you know what? I've been checking messages on my phone so as not to put them on the stream because I realize a lot of times I forget to do that.
Right.
So I try and keep my phone here as the DM.
Sure.
The DM checker. Oh, got it. Yeah, I could do that.
I was telling him I'm happy to, because it's a lot he's got to keep up with. I could and I know you're not on Tailspire, so I could just kind of move Imelda along
Oh, cool.
to keep with the
cool.
group.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Let me just find Imelda.
She's sneaky. She's hiding. And we are still at the
I see
direwolf
Ross.
gravedigger scene.
I'm just
Already
gonna
been finding some interesting
Oh,
stuff.
Lord.
drop new Imelda. And give you permission there, John.
Oh, it's interesting. You have to drop a new one. Interesting. Okay.
I just
wow,
have no
okay,
idea where
perfect.
she is.
Oh, she's right in front of the inn, but okay.
Oh
Here we
shit!
go.
Well,
Got it.
there you go.
Well, I got her. I'm moving her.
I'll
Yep.
just
Okay, I
delete
control.
that other one. Yep. No worries. No worries. All good.
Right. And just holler at me, Rachel, if you want her in a certain spot or if I'm
Sure.
doing bad with moving her around.
Cool.
She seems like she'd be back.
Yeah, I like to keep my distance for like bow effect, you know, like range attacks.
It's like that. Dramatic.
Okay.
There we go.
Yeah. But I mean, I feel like would step out of the gravestone area as the grave digger is heading away, and with like a grim look on his face, kind of shake his head no at all of you. I'm sure some of you might have noticed him kind of poking around.
And if you didn't pick up on it, he's saying no bones.
Yeah. The bones are not there.
Okay. And the gravedigger
Yeah,
is
see.
sneaking away.
Ragnar looks at Tarok, motions with his head.
All right. So Tarok is going to tail the gravedigger if he leaves.
Go ahead and
Ragnar.
roll a stealth check here, Tarek, as you make your best attempt to tail the gravedigger.
Ooh,
Come on.
I
Come on, guys.
would like to send my familiar out to kind of fly in the air, land on things along the way as a way to try to also help keep track of him, keep an eye on him.
It's a dirty
I-
20.
Yep.
That's actually not
Ooh.
an okay. It's an okay roll for me.
That's a
Okay,
damn good roll.
guys. Well,
10
I got
plus
plus
10.
I want to give
Yeah,
I
I
want to
got-
give other people an opportunity to kind of react to what's going on here. So
Go ahead.
That sounds like you guys got what you want to do, and I would say, Tarek, from your perspective, you're tailing him with relative ease. He's not looking back, expecting you guys to be following him, and he's headed in the direction of the Baron's mansion. When he veers to the left and heads to a building, you're not sure what it is. Although it does have a sign outside of it. When you look there, you see that there is like a picture of a coffin and like a roughly etched, because it's etched in wood and then burnt, image of a man working on the coffin.
Okay. And he walks inside. I'm
But
gonna
before-
try.
But remember, before
Yeah.
before we move on to what you're doing there, I'm gonna give some other people a chance to react. I just wanted to
I
tell you
would
what
have
happened.
followed Tarek.
Yep.
Very trying to be quiet,
Cool.
but like keep a few feet distance. Should I
Alright.
roll stealth?
I want you to roll stealth alongside him if you're gonna be a few feet behind him.
come on, Imelda.
30, 20?
Oh my goodness.
You're right there with him. So you're literally, easily staying in his shadow, sort of the shadow of a shadow, if you will.
She's gonna whisper to him, "What do you think he's doing?"
That's what we're trying to find out. Let's just wait and see.
Okay.
And Artemin, your familiar is seeing all this from an aerial view, seeing both Imelda and Tarek kind of following in the shadows as the gravekeeper leads them towards what looks like the coffin maker's shop.
Oh. Casually trailing 100 feet behind my raven and like quasi looking through his eyes at the same time. And from a safe distance, I would like to have Onyx, my raven familiar, try to peer through some of the windows.
Through the muggy windows, you can see the top level of the house, or coffin maker shop. Has some residential looks to it. There looks to be a bedroom, but there's also miscellaneous junk strewn about. Sort of an attic. Looks packed full of coffins and tools and spare wood. Definitely like the stock place of a woodworker.
See anyone up there in that space?
No, in the top level, no. In the lower levels, however, there appears to be two figures having a discussion alongside a newly made casket that has yet to be painted. An older man and a younger man that looks regal in nature.
Tarak and Imelda can move on and try to listen in
Yeah. Sure.
from below the window.
Yeah, Artemin would have like paced himself up to you guys, mentioned that he can see them talking, and y'all would like creep your way up to fucking eavesdrop on him. Sneaky beaky like.
Corvus and Kragnar and Aaron?
No.
What are you guys doing?
So
Go ahead.
it's fine if you guys don't come up to talk to us. I would have. That was my plan from the start, is to go near the window to listen in anyway. So
Team
I want to
Graveyard.
go in the church
Yeah, me too.
and speak with the priest and maybe whoever else is in there.
Oh, you guys aren't following along with them. You guys are going to head off to the church.
Yes.
Got it. All right.
See, talking on bases.
Little split.
And Kragnar would have made kind of
Happy.
a big deal out of it when the gravedigger left and he knew Tarak was going to follow him. He'd go, "Well, everyone into the church." The priest. Remember, he not talk in church. Maybe we get him. Come outside later.
What the heck?
There's the door. There's the door. So that's what the graveyard team's doing. I think. Did Aaron, you're going in? Corvus, what are you doing?
I'll keep watch outside. You guys got this.
Outside the church.
Yeah.
Cool.
Curiosity, how far is the Baron's place to this, or like how far is the church to this coffin maker shop? While moving steadily.
It's maybe 4 or 5 city blocks away.
So it's pretty far. So, DM, are you dealing with something else, or are we just waiting to see a reaction?
Well, I'm
Just to make
dealing
sure.
with several things right now.
I feel like our
At any
party-
given moment, I'm dealing with like 5 things.
Acknowledged.
All right.
Just waiting.
And
Yep.
Imelda looks like she's trying to open something, but
Oh, that
that
was
must be
Kragnar,
Kragnar.
Yeah, no, that's Kragnar. I
it's
don't have
Kragnar.
control of
I was
Imelda
just gonna. I was just gonna say, what is happening right now? Imelda's opening things she didn't even have control.
It is not me, I swear.
Also, like I will also tend to like wait for you guys to also position your guys' minis at like where they're supposed to be physically on the map. Like, hey, like I'm
Sure.
moving over here, and when I see those things happen, I know that those things have happened. But like you guys stuff doesn't move usually.
Well, just to know, I can't
I
see.
know you can move and see.
Yeah.
So I'm aware of that, and that is not reference to you, but for the 5 people that can, or 4 people that can, that helps me, understand what you guys are doing and where you're doing it and how far you're away from things when you're asking questions like that. So.
Good point.
Could you put a? So is the
I know I'm in the right spot at least.
Yeah, I do have the person you're following. That is a great reference point for like where you're at,
Sure.
where you
Yeah,
should
right.
be, and that's probably, I would say, the best thing to use there.
Where is he?
And he is directly in front of the Blue Water Inn right now. He just started walking away. I presume that you guys were kind of following or tracking that movement like visually on the board, and that wasn't going on. But he's walking on the side of the Blue Water Inn, and
I got him.
he walks in front of the Blue Water Inn, and then he cuts across to a building that is, like I said, just to the left of the Burgomaster's mansion. And I'll just mark it on the map, save some time.
Perfect.
Instead of
Got
having
it.
you guys follow the mini as I move them square by square.
There you go.
Yeah.
All right, so we're gonna have followed the man here.
And what are you guys hiding behind when you get to that square?
Right in front of that building. So basically, there's there's bushes in front of the. I'm guessing that's the Baron's house.
Yeah, he sort of just crosses right across in the open square there and walks over there. So in terms of following him from this point, it may be a little bit harder to disguise yourselves, I'd say.
Imelda, you can put your little character wherever you want. I just kind of put you over here by the corner by Tara.
She can't move her character, dude. That's why
I
you
can't
control her.
see what you guys
I
are
mean, she
seeing.
can-
I'm like
tell me,
only
but-
seeing what the DM is showing. I think for streaming lines.
I see. Okay. Well, if
Yeah.
you don't let, I will always do my best to put her in
Yeah.
a smart spot. But you have ultimate veto power on anything.
So wait, so just for the DM, like, so we're by the square, and then so this dig gravers or like this coffin maker's place is close by, like within eyesight, or is it farther away?
It is definitely within eyesight. It's just across the square, next to the Burgomaster Mansion. You see him pass the Burgomaster Mansion, veer off to the left, and head into the Coffin Master shop. Coffin
you're,
Maker
looking at the
shop.
screen, If you look
That's
at
a
the
mouthful.
stream,
And
the
master.
Gravedigger is at the top right corner of the stream, heading up to that building, and you're
Yeah.
kind of the bottom right.
I do feel like that is it. Yep, that is where it is.
So if we got an eyesight on him, we might just wait for him to get to the door and
Yeah.
go
And then-
inside
yeah.
before we move on, and then
Yeah.
then move up to the house. If that's logically possible.
Yeah, no.
Jesus.
I just wanted to give you some like visual perspective since you guys don't
Yeah.
really have much on the map there. Like you get to basically a spot where there's a pretty open passageway where you wouldn't be able to sort of hide behind buildings or bushes like you have been. To get to that area, you'd have to sort of walk over there the same way he did.
Yeah, so we'll wait for him to go inside and then.
No, I heard what you said.
Yeah, sorry.
You were waiting for him to go inside and then head over there.
That's what we'll do.
Right.
Great. Now, as the team photographer, I have 2 different vantage points to take pictures from.
All right, he's inside. Let's move on to the windows, to the wall.
Now that song's stuck in my head.
You're welcome. You are welcome.
That's what Imelda will sing at the festival.
To the windows, to the walls, to the sweat
Walls.
down. So we'll just check windows quickly to see if we, try to figure out if we can hear them talking.
You're gonna look in the windows like
No.
his familiar did
No.
already?
No, I will not.
Yeah, please don't.
Can I find like a little space where like maybe like a spider could crawl through?
I'd
It's
say the doorway, the door crack would probably be a good place to start.
Sure, I'll do a wild shape.
No,
And
no
I'll,
magic in town. No magic in town.
Hold on to
No,
that.
it's not magic.
We're next to the house of the burgermaster.
She can do what she wants. I've
She does it anyways.
Oh, God, we're all gonna die.
And she's just gonna crawl underneath the space of the door and just kind of wedge herself in like a little little crevice and listen in to the conversation if she can.
This is so fun. I get to like totally be in control of it. I have like no risk, but I get to like move the character around. God, this is perfect. It's okay. All reward, no risk for me. Hey, I'm in there. We're in.
Inside
Okay.
of
Yeah.
the coffin maker's shop, you see Milsov having a conversation with Henrik.
Sorry, with who?
The coffin maker.
Oh.
All right, Turok's gonna listen in from underneath the window, if he can.
It is done. I will have my payment now, so I can be on my way. I don't think I'm long for these lands of Oloki.
Wait, I'm confused. Who is he talking to? Like, I'm sorry. Like, who are the two people conversing? I know one is the coffin maker, but who's the other person?
The gravedigger is the guy we're talking to. The guy
Oh.
inside is the coffin
Okay.
maker.
Okay, cool. I was getting them. I put them together in my head as one person. That's why. Okay, sorry. Continue.
He's a multi-talented individual. Makes coffins
Yeah.
by day. Digs graves at night. There's two people having a conversation, not one person talking to themselves.
Well, you never know. You know?
Hey, it could happen. No, there's definitely two people. And that is also two people on this stream, too. Anyway, they are having a conversation. He tells them it is done. He'd like his payment. And after that, the shopkeeper, the coffin maker, says, "Payment? No proof that the work is done? Nonsense. How do I know? When will I know? When will he fall? As soon as he drinks it. But it is done, and he will drink it." He goes into his pocket, grudgingly pulls out what looks like a small coin purse. Stuffing it in the hand of the gravedigger, he says, "You had better not be lying. Otherwise, I've got one of these well crafted for you. Perfect fit for you." He gestures at one of the coffins. Milovaj just laughs. Milovaj is the gravedigger. "Best of luck to you and your little friend." He nods and heads out the door. Where is your familiar right now?
My familiar would be trained on this conversation, probably like in a tree or something nearby.
Cool. Is he still tracking Gravedigger?
Yeah,
Cool.
yeah.
House bar looks so darn realistic. Those tables on the stream look like, I don't know, look
Like tables?
like a TV show, like an animated TV show.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I like getting close-up shots over my character's shoulder and like a cool perspective.
Yeah.
Also, my character is just hanging out as a spider still, watching to see what this guy does after the person leaves.
He opens up the casket that's sitting there in the center of the room, lifting the lid off of it slowly, and it reveals a set of bones, still dirty, covered with soot grime and dirt.
Good catch.
That's huge. That's huge.
That is indeed huge.
Does he say anything?
He's in the room by himself now.
Okay. Well, I don't know. Sometimes people talk to
God.
themselves.
We're
I
still
do it
there. We're
sometimes.
still there, huh? He's not going to randomly start talking to himself.
Do I hear any other noises, like, within the building? Like, do I feel like it's just this person in the building?
Yes, you do. Feel like it's just this person in the building.
Good to know. Good to know.
Mhm.
Stay for another 10 minutes, and if nothing happens, she's gonna climb out of the door as a spider back to the outside near Tarek, and she's gonna shift back to her normal form. No one's around except for him.
Let's just go on this side of here. All right. Now the question is, should we get everybody else or go in and interrogate the coffin maker herself?
Imelda appears right behind you.
She kind of gestures like with a hushed sort of like gesture, and then like kind of gesturing you to come a little bit more further away from the house. And when she's within a distance where like people wouldn't see them in that place that she was just in, she's gonna be like, I think that he might have sold some poison to someone, a man, like that would be in the form of a drink. I didn't catch names. Who's talking to that, like that grave digger, and saw these bones in the center of that main room. They look like they were like freshly dug up. Perhaps those are the bones that we're looking for.
You might have something there. I couldn't hear the conversation myself, but I couldn't see the bones. Didn't want to be seen. All right, I guess we need to talk to this man, this coffin maker.
Well, should we wait until the whole party is together? Like, what if this turns into like a fist, sort of fight?
The coffin maker heads out of the shop at this point, heading in the direction of the Blue Water Inn.
The plot thickens.
Oh, wait. So that means you left the building.
Yes.
We should find out who else he's meeting with.
We should go inside and get the bones. That's what I'm thinking.
Someone else can do that. Listen to. I'm not very good at stuff right now, so I'll go to do it. Someone send some help with me. I don't know, maybe. Might have
Who's
some
the
trouble.
stealthiest person? Like who thinks that they could actually like? Does it look like this person locked their door when they left?
Nope.
So what if someone went into that place, grabbed those bones, and then brought them back?
Is the door out in the open, or is it like more of a hidden area?
It's out in the open.
Yeah, so just walking out from the front door or lock picking it would be a bad idea. Not very subtle, at least.
Well, it didn't look like he locked it.
Y'all would, as you're like discussing this by the window, would see Onyx kind of like flutter out of the tree that he's perched in and carry on off towards the casket maker.
Are the windows locked? Are they openable?
Good question. It's a very good question.
The windows are not open, and if you try and pry one of them open, they are not locked. Find that they're easily able to pry them open with a blade or some sort of a flat tool.
So this time, because I find that highly suspicious,
what is a shop?
Well, it is a shop, but there's no. Well, okay. Well, is there any signs of any alarms or anything around the window?
Go ahead and roll investigation.
I haven't done that one in a while. Investigation. Oh, wow. Yeah, I do not find any traps.
Yeah, there's no immediate signs of alarms or anything like that.
All right, so
you haven't seen many locks on many doors in the town of Vallaki, also, to give you that context.
Well.
All right, so is there people around the shop, or?
You do see, some other Vallakians walking around, but no one's like staring at you intently, anything like that.
All right, so let's try to get inside, I guess.
The door would be a good start.
All right, let's try the door then. Sounds good. There you go. There's a gravedigger there. I'm guessing he's not there, really.
Right. Melda, Gravedigger. I have no idea where any of these characters are at this point, but
Melda is right here, hiding right by Tara.
Nice. Yeah.
So
He's not physically there. No, he left and walked away.
you know what?
Specifically in the direction of the southern gate.
So the best way to look suspicious is to act natural. So he's going to act natural and just walk inside the store.
Melt is gonna stay outside, like a little bit of ways away, but within earshot if something's going wrong.
Okay, I'm gonna put you at the hidden corner then.
Yeah. And she has her bow ready just in case if something goes down.
All right. Anything happen when I open the door?
You hear the creaking of the door opening.
That sounds like that's already something.
This is very, very, very anxiety building right now.
That it is. I am burglaring this man. Well, he's stealing stuff that's already stolen. That's not stealing, right?
Well, he did lock his door, right?
Yeah.
Or the windows. And it's a public shop. It's the middle of the day.
So
He clearly didn't think that anyone was any the wiser.
So I'm going to move towards the coffin that he was. I asked Camilla which one it was, and I will try to find those bones.
This is where it gets interesting, folks.
You open the lid of the casket to find there are no bones.
What?
Was that this? Okay, and this one, okay.
That is the wrong casket, but I'm talking about the right casket, which is the other one, which you still find no bones.
Fuck, you left with them. Okay.
Well, I had Onyx tail him.
That
Here,
was
I
our
was-
triple party. split.
You had Onyx tailing the Gravedigger, and I asked you specifically, did you have him tailing the Gravedigger, which you said yes.
Okay.
Just to be clear, not trying to jam you on this. You can absolutely say that it was the other way, but there was a very specific reason why I asked that. That was it, to know who you were tailing. So if you weren't tailing him, then you would have seen this guy collect the bones and take the bones and put them into a sack and carry that sack out the door with him.
Oh wait, would I have seen that?
No, I don't think you're tailing him because you didn't say anything about tailing him.
No, but I was in the house when this was happening.
You were a spider in the house and then left prior to him doing any of this. And that is what you said.
The Gravedigger or the coffin maker?
Not the Gravedigger, because the Gravedigger doesn't have the bones.
Yeah, don't try to argue, people. We're just gonna try to find that guy.
There's no arguments or anything like that. I just need to know what's happening and what you're actually doing. I asked a very pointed question to someone. They said what they're doing. Is that it, or were you following someone else?
Yep.
No, I will keep with the original thing. I didn't know that there was anything that came of that.
Got it. So you're following the Gravedigger with Onyx still towards the Blue Water Inn, or towards the southern gate of town. Got it.
Yeah.
Thank you. All right. Well, if that is the case, then all is still the same. This guy's headed in that direction, likely with the bones that he has probably taken in the interim of you leaving the room, which you did, Imelda.
She said she was staying for 10 minutes and then was going to leave.
Yeah, like if anything interesting was going to happen.
Yep. So
Like
Tarok's
if he was going to move the bones within those 10 minutes, like she would have
And he did not move the bones within those 10 minutes.
Okay.
So Tarok's gonna quick walk outside and say, "The bones are not here. He has them. Let's try to figure out where he is." And he's gonna try to quickly step and try not to run and to see where he is. He has gone to.
And the stream is also recorded, so if anybody wants to go back and review order of events, you may do that and find you were going to be incorrect.
And then can Imelda like track his tracks?
Whose tracks?
The Gravediggers.
Coffin maker. The coffin maker is the one we're looking for.
Oh yes, the coffin maker. That's it.
Start with knowing who you're looking for.
They're
I think.
too close. They're too close. The
It
names are
needs
too
to be.
close,
It
okay?
needs to be the grave digger and the
Oh.
ballet dancer,
Oh,
right?
man.
That'd be easier,
Yes,
wouldn't
they're
it?
too
Yeah.
close
Okay, go.
together.
All right,
Yeah.
try not to add more characters to this. All right, so we're
They're-
looking for the
Gravedigger and Coffin Maker are two very different jobs.
Hey, she's gonna
Alright.
I'll
trend
follow
in the
the
tracks of the
saxophonist.
coffin maker. That is what she's gonna look for.
All right, you're following the tracks of the Coffin Maker. Oy vey. Let's roll survival for that.
Come on, 15.
It's good. Come on.
It's reasonable.
Because you stayed for that short period of time, you waited around, I'm guessing, till he left, and then did you wait some time for these tracks to appear? Like you
Yeah, well,
wait
yes,
till
I
he's
was
out of
outside of
eyesight,
the
basically,
house.
because you see
Because I
him
was
leave,
outside of the house
right?
watching the whole thing at that point. Like after she turned back into her normal form.
Yes,
with her
after you
bow.
turned back in your normal form, you saw him exit the house. And what I'm asking is, how much time did you wait in between him leaving the house and tracking his footsteps?
Like just like within like eyesight, like but like far
When he
away.
left your eyesight. Is that what you're saying?
Yes.
Got it.
Yeah.
Understood. Well, I would say in that case, you're able to follow him pretty easily back to the Blue Water Inn, and then around the Blue Water Inn to the Church of St. Andrew's. He heads into the door of St. Andrew's Church, and that's where the footsteps end.
She kind of whispers, "What sort of game is this person playing at?"
Question. Where's that damn church? Trying to move my character to it.
Move them to the church.
No, it's good. I'm just trying. I know where my character is. I'm just trying to find the
I
church.
think they just got moved.
Well, I moved myself.
Oh, I lost Imelda somewhere. Oh no.
That's because I didn't have enough of the fucking map showing. That's why.
That'll do
Alright.
it every time.
Oh gosh, there she is. Hello.
So he walked in. So the tracks were leading into the church.
That is correct.
All right.
Like to the front door of the church, or like the side
And I'm going to
door?
stop your guys' questions right there because I'm tired of answering them. And I'm going to give Aaron and Kragnar and Corvus a chance to do something for once because they've been sitting over there
There you
doing nothing for the whole session. Pass
you
the
go.
mic for the Lord's sake. Aaron, you guys are in the church. These guys are about to enter the church. This is going to be your time now to talk for 30 minutes or so while, the Father Lucian, or the priest, is present. Sounds like we're going there for some sort of line of questioning. Not sure what the intent was, but you guys make it into the church at the same time as they're starting their tracking of said gravedigger.
Okay.
Yeah, we're just going in to ask Father Lucian and to tell him we've been informed of the situation that he currently finds himself, and ask if he's seen any sort of suspicious activity, or if he might suspect anyone in particular of conspiring to remove said objects.
Right. We help
Boys, you seem like nice, strong, capable men. But I am a man of peace, and there are ill tidings on the winds. I do not wish to get involved with whatever has happened here, but I can tell you the church itself is not safe at this moment as it were before.
We want help fix, make safe again.
That is noble of you, but we need a powerful warrior of the Morning Lord. We need someone who can cast the hollow spell.
Even if the artifact were to be returned, the magic would have to be reapplied.
Of course, the grave has been desecrated.
Oh,
I understand. Well, that poses quite a problem.
how
Who-
strong this spell, not this.
Sorry, I didn't catch that, John.
How strong this spell who can cast? I'm asking Aaron probably. Or the priest, just kind of asking out loud.
I still didn't understand what you're saying.
He wants to know how strong the spell is, who can cast it.
How strong the spell is in it, and who can cast it?
Yeah, like how strong, like who's capable of casting it. How strong spell, who can cast is what I'm saying.
Got it. And you're asking Aaron, or you're asking the priest?
Both.
Alright.
It's just to the room at large.
A powerful paladin would be needed. I know not of one who can cast it.
Well, phase one.
He
Find
he looks at you sort of hopefully, Aaron, with your regal armor and sword.
I meet his expectant gaze and shake my head.
He sort of just dips his down a little bit in defeat. It is as I fear.
Fortunately,
You are noble, my friends, but I think there are none in Valaki who can help us now. I am ashamed to say this here, but as we are no longer on hallowed ground, I suppose it doesn't matter. We are damned.
Kragnar will step up these steps around the side and kind of like, grab him by the shoulder, not threateningly, more brotherly, and say, "You must not lose hope. Be strong for people. We find bones. Then we fix bones. 2 steps. Keep faith." Encouraging grunt.
do you know who it was who cast the spell originally?
might be muted. Mute.
Muted, but also
Okay.
I was saying I am not sure who created this originally. This was simply a belief passed down from his people, and it's much like the church itself has been here since the establishment of Alaki. Gonna go find that
Wait.
guy again.
Well,
Seems like a
wait,
logical.
Don't bones still have some power? Don't lose. Just go lose all power, maybe some power if find.
He explains because the gravesite was desecrated, the bones were dug up. This would remove the protection that the bones provided. So it's not that they're completely powerless. They can still have this spell cast upon them and have the magic restored. However, for right now, they're bones, nothing more, till that spell's cast.
That's strange that such strong spell can be beaten with just digging. But okay, me not know. Just asking. We find, we fix. Keep faith. Okay?
Yeah, digging up a grave, it's the act of doing so. It takes a certain someone to do that, to disturb the sleep of a dead person. But yeah, I would agree. Digging would be pretty simple. Digging up a dead body of a saint, it's gonna come with some bad karma.
Well, Sweet Kragnar may not quite grasp the nuances.
Right.
Of
He
that.
probably wouldn't. He probably wouldn't grasp the nuances of magic either. Just putting that out there. But
Well, strong magic, yes. Big fireball, little spark. Hello sound like big fireball. Not like small spark. Anyway, just want help. Want to find a cure.
I do have to agree with Kragnar. We should solve one problem at a time. First, we need to reacquire the bones. To that end, is there anyone you can think of that would be capable of desecrating the grave to begin with?
almost as if on cue, the doors behind you open up, and in comes Henrik, the coffin maker, holding a burlap sack, striding towards the priest with a smile on his face. Father, I have good news. I have recovered the bones, and I have dispatched the thief. It was Milisov. I told you, it is not wise to be letting vagabonds come and keep the grounds. But you said all those years ago when he showed up, you were doing the Lord's work by keeping him in. And look now what it has cost you, Father. Look now. You see, I am not such a cruel man after all, but just decisive, a good judge of character, perhaps better even than you. He says this like in a matter-of-fact tone, as a man who has been wanting to say "I told you so," obviously for a long time. It seems like he's having his "I told you so" moment, and he hands the burlap sack over to the priest. The priest looks inside, and he looks like he's holding a bag of gold, not from the physical weight of it, but just from the look of sheer joy and relief that he gets as he opens the bag to reveal the remnants of St. Andrel inside. How did you come by this? What mischief is this? Says the priest. Father Lucian, you are too busy taking care and tending to the orphans and the needy of this town to watch over your own church, it seems. I will have to talk to the burgomaster about this. We need to get someone up here to protect you from people like Milisov. The priest looks mildly ashamed at the fact that he may have let something like this happen under his nose. Father Lucian goes on to tell him that basically he tracked down some dirty footprints. And when he cornered Milisov about all of this and asked him who had taken the bones, if he had seen anything when he had been around, Milisov met him with lots of deception at first, but then using a little bit of physical intimidation, being much bigger than him, he coaxed the words out of him. After using a little bit of physical force, exerting a little physical force, he got a confession out of Milisov and made a deal with him. He promised that he wouldn't kill him where he stood if he returned the bones to him, of course, him being the coffin maker, and that he would leave town and never return. So you see, I have dispatched the thief, I have returned the stolen goods. All is well, priest. All is well. Now we just need to find the paladin, it would seem.
At this, Aaron will turn to him and ask, do you have any leads on anyone powerful enough to restore the magic?
And you're talking to the coffin maker, right?
Yes, sorry.
No worries. None more than the priest here.
Well, thank you for finding bones and dispatching thief. Well done.
He looks at you with a face that says it's strange to receive this compliment from an outsider. And he just sort of nods. Father Lucian and I go back a long way. Father Lucian, the look on his face isn't one that returns the same affection that that the coffin maker is seemingly portraying.
Let me see if does Kragnar pick up on that, or any hint of honesty or dishonesty? And
Go ahead and roll insight.
Yeah, let's do that with Kragnar.
Insight myself.
That's a 6 for Kragnar. Seems all on the up and up to me.
Yeah. You said it.
Mhm.
Have no reason to believe he is anything but
Everything is
nice
fine
man.
over here. We're doing good.
You guys have found the first friendly citizen in Vallaki.
Case closed. Phase 1 complete.
No one wants
This
that.
guy
No one
is
wants to
a
play 20
hero.
questions with this guy.
He
Come on.
checks out. He brought bones. What else need? Bones found. Now need paladin.
Yeah, I mean, looking at the situation, analyzing it at face value.
That's what Kragnar would do.
We're looking
Anything
bones.
else?
See, right.
Need help? Anything else? Or okay now? We obviously find Paladin for help, but good otherwise.
Yeah, at this point, that would really be the only other thing needed to re-hollow the church and to bring some sense of protection back to Bleak Velaki. But the priest would respond that, that's his utmost concern at the time. There's nothing else he could think that would be more important.
Okay. We try to find. If due, we send here.
I'll ask the priest and the coffin maker. Do they think the burgermaster might know about that?
You roboted out, buddy.
Hang on. How about now?
Better. So say your question again. That was where you roboted.
Do either of you think the burgermaster might know of a paladin?
I think they are not going to be the ones to direct you to a paladin, based on the previous line of questions. Without coming up with a clever NPC response.
Me think work here done. Let's find friends, get ready for dinner meeting.
After his brief discourse with the priest and saying farewell to two strange fellows that happened to be in the church when he walked in, he makes his way back to the shop.
Did you guys hear me or did my microphone break out about saying let's get out of here?
Yeah.
Everybody's mics are breaking out. Everybody's mics are breaking.
Oh yeah, Kragnar said, our work here is done. Let's go get ready for supper.
I agree we should try to find our friends.
Meant to say that too. He'll start heading out of the churchy church. On a mission to find our friends.
Meanwhile, flashing back to Terok, Artemine, and Imelda. At this point, their conversation finishes. You guys were tracking, I believe, to the church. They walk out, you'd probably be outside of the church. I don't know where you guys are.
Next to the front door.
All right. Party meets back up.
Oh, there you guys are. Have you guys seen an old man dragging a bag of bones around?
Oh, the coffin maker definitely gives you guys a double take as he
Yes.
walks by you guys. Like,
Oh,
"Didn't I
wait,
just
I
see
didn't
you?"
know.
I just see you people at my coffin shop, and now you're here. And he like gives you all a look like, what the hell? Those people may have been following me. He looks back 3 or 4 times as he walks back in the direction of the coffin maker shop.
I want to look him straight in the eye. Like, I know what kinds of crap he is doing right now. Like, I want to intimidate him into thinking like I'm onto him, though I'm like not really onto him. I'm just like really superstitious of him.
I don't know that he would pay you enough mind even to have a visual face off with him unless you jump in front of him or something.
Can I just like string my bow, like get it prepared, you know, like I'm about to do something, but not quite.
But why?
Because I'm very confused. Amel is very confused right now.
It would seem so.
Yes. What, that guy's hero.
From the conversation she heard, there was some type of collaboration.
In the midst of this, Aaron will explain to you that he just entered the church and returned the bone to the priest.
She's still very confused.
Savior.
Yes.
Savior of Malaki.
Turok's just going to say, please do put the bow down. No need for that now.
He doesn't break eye contact with him.
Okay, now we have bones. Next, need find paladin strong
But-
enough to cast hollow
Are you
spells.
sure those are the bones? There was something weird and fishy going on. And she says this very quietly when like the when the coffin maker is not there.
Before we move on. Yeah. So there's more to this story, I believe.
Okay.
Yeah, so maybe we should ask so you said that he talked to the priest?
Oh yes, priest, look at those.
Yes.
Very happy.
Okay, but he's the one who ordered the bone stolen. Is that guy gone, by the way?
Yes.
Yes.
Yep.
Before I talk more.
Yeah, he's not gonna hear what you say. You can speak freely.
He's the one who's asked the gravedigger to steal the bones. We heard him clearly. So why would he bring him back? And also, he talked about somebody drinking and then dying, like being poisoned, basically.
Yeah.
What, that guy?
Yeah, there's something fishy going on here.
Followed the gravedigger to his place of residence, where they seem to have a rather serious discussion.
Right, that's what he said to priest. He said he talked sense into gravedigger. Gravedigger, give back bones he stole.
No, he
But it
paid.
sounded like more like from when I was inside there, like it sounded more like it was a deal, you know, like it wasn't convincing someone. It was already like payment up front, you know.
He paid the gravedigger literally for those bones. But he also
Just a point of clarity from my end too. What Rachel just said, 100%. Just please take that as Bible, and everybody make sure that was observed.
What did you say? Sorry.
Yeah.
Go ahead. Go ahead and repeat that, Rachel. Or I can repeat what you said.
Like she basically just said like that doesn't make sense because from the conversation that I overheard, it sounded like a deal, you know, is being made.
Yep.
Didn't sound like it sounded like like a deal was being made for someone to steal the bones and for them to in exchange give them some sort of poison for someone to drink. That's what it sounded like. It sounded like a deal.
And to further punctuate that too, the story that I'm gonna keep this as clear as I can, the fat, older looking coffin maker dude told to Father Lucian, the priest, was that he convinced the gravedigger, creepy skinny dude with the shovel, that he should just do the right thing, give those back, then you skitter off from town, never come back, and it just all sounds very weird. That was not at all the conversation that Imelda heard, and she can speak to that because she heard the conversation.
Also, there are bones in that coffin. Like, so are those bones actually the bones, or are they pretend bones? You know, like, do they have any magic on them that's like still there, or like, is the person that, you know, like that coffin digger, or not the coffin digger, that grave digger, Like, is he the one that has the real bones? Like, what is going on? We need to question the coffin maker, I think, a little bit more. Because, like, he just sounds really sketchy.
Well, Father Lucian's. Oh, sorry.
Go ahead, Aaron.
Say Father Lucian seems to think the bones are the real deal. However, the coffin maker did mention something about informing the burgomaster of the priest's failure to keep them safe.
Leverage.
It was for leverage by design.
Poison? Look,
Yeah.
maybe we talk to priest. He there now.
Yeah, maybe we can ask him if the coffin maker has any enemies or ambitions he might be looking to.
Or coffin maker. He leaving now. Must act quickly.
He definitely has some kind of plan.
Yeah.
Too bad we don't know his motives.
What direction is the coffin maker going to? Like, directly to the burgomaster's place or back to his shop?
Seemed like he was going back to the shop, I think
Yeah.
Ken said.
I'm muted. Sorry. Back to the shop for sure. Thank you.
Maybe we should talk to the priest first, and we know he's going back to his shop. We know where he is. We can talk to him later.
And then, after a while into the conversation, it seems to be like quelling down. We're about to leave. Onyx kind of flutters out from the sky and lands perched on Artemine. They kind of like stare at each other for a moment in silence, and then he looks to the rest of you all and says that Onyx spied the grave robber leaving through the south gate. And he also mentions that it would seem that he was given some sort of poison to use. We should not lose the trail on him either.
Maybe we should. It seems that the poison might be the one we should intercept first, and also he might have some answers. Easier to shake the weak points.
Who chased down Gravedigger first?
What does think?
Wait, what about Imelda and, like, Ismark as well? Like, are they safe?
Arena and Ismark are in the Blue Water Inn currently, and they've procured a room for themselves.
But
Seems-
yeah,
Seems safe enough.
right.
Can I tell you
It's
if they're
too
going to
much.
be safe while you're gone? I cannot.
It's
Can you,
Barovia.
can you make a roll to determine that? You cannot. A
A percentile.
yeah, a D100. The percentage of their safety. Let's do it for fun, shall we?
Oh god.
Not good.
That's awesome.
There's a 2% chance that they live, Imelda.
Awesome. Way
Yeah,
to go.
get it.
Roll.
Good God.
Or maybe it's a 98%
Um,
chance. Depends
Any
on
of
your
you guys
how you read
looking
it.
at Kragnar, any of you guys looking at him can just see his brain has officially broken. He's all talked out, and he just wants to engage in action.
Who wants to Kragnar something?
So he's like,
All right.
look, get Gravedigger. Now,
Yeah.
no
Well.
time talk.
Yeah, let's go for the. I vote for the Gravedigger as
Alright,
well.
fine. Let's go for it before we're late for that
The-
late supper.
Oh my god, is the party all going somewhere at once to one place?
Yeah. I
Hell
think
yeah,
so.
baby.
Oh wait, no, we gotta split. No, not kidding.
Not funny.
Yeah.
You say that, but I was seriously thinking for a second that if we're running out of time, we might want to split to
Oh my
have
God.
some of us go.
No,
No more
no.
splitting the party.
The fucking,
Please.
but yeah,
Please don't
we've
do it
already been-
anymore. Haven't some of you DM'd before? Like, didn't some of you say that? I don't believe any of you that said that anymore.
I'm not actually trying to. I was just saying for a moment. I was like, oh,
Yeah,
wait.
splitting the party is literally the worst.
Before the session started, I knew that there was going to be party splits, and I had a conversation with someone about how it was going to go, and I said, we're just going to see how it's going to go. And I thought it went pretty good, to be honest with you. I still don't like it.
Yeah, no,
Well,
it's,
we
See,
basically got
party
all the
splits
information
are-
here.
All right.
Yeah,
all right, 2 minutes.
you guys were able to get a ton of information. That was the key to splitting all those things. But it's a lot. It's a lot to do that. I just want to put that out
See-
there, and it could be a little bit taxing.
Plan is definitely to go jump the fuck out of this gravedigger now.
Yeah.
Yeah, the poison seems like the more pressing issue currently, but party splits are great to do when you're not DMing.
Yes.
we'll just have to apologize in advance when we do it.
I want to say I know party splits are awesome as a player. I just am gonna make sure that you guys know that they suck as a DM.
Well, this should be less of them for now.
Yes.
I think anytime they need to happen, they need to happen. And to be 100% honest, everybody did a pretty damn good job doing what they needed to do. So I'm sorry if I sounded like a police officer or a very, very cranky nanny at some points during the game there. But I really want to make sure everybody gets their fair amount in the game. And that's just something that splitting the party can take away from that. And it did a little bit tonight. So that would be my only point of suggestion to all of us out there as we split the party. Try and keep tabs on how much time you have taken the spotlight, so to speak, because if it gets to a point where 30-40 minutes has gone by and we're still only interacting with just me and you, it doesn't seem fair to the other players. And even if the other players are cool with it, it gives me the heebie-jeebies. So I just want to put that out there.
It's an excellent point. All right.
Well, you guys all have an excellent week. We'll catch you next week when we resume picking up chasing after the gravedigger and hopefully, I believe, jumping him, preventing him from perhaps poisoning, if you can,
Yeah.
someone.
Yeah.
Somebody's gonna have to actually pass their intimidation check this time on this guy.
I'm due. I'm very due. I'm due.
I